welcome to Schuler Field on the campus of Mount St. Joseph University. I'm Dave Mitchell, and along with Dan Benjamin, who's pulling double duty here this afternoon, so he'll join us here in just a little bit. The Mount St. Joseph Lions come home to Schuler Field after a big win last week over Franklin over in Indiana by the final score in that one of 56-19, and they will entertain the Defiance Yellow Jackets, who come in with a record of 1-2 on the season, and they are also coming in off of a win last week. They won at home against Manchester by a final of 22-16. The Yellow Jackets a year ago finished up 1-9 overall, 1-6 in the Heartland Conference. Meanwhile, the Lions, they come into this one with a record of 1-1 on the year, losing their initial game here at home 2 weeks ago to Rose-Hulman, 31-21. But then what an offensive explosion last Saturday afternoon by freshman quarterback Josh Taylor for the Lions. He was accountable in that game for 7 touchdowns. He totaled 167 yards through the air and ran for 225 yards on the ground and had 5 touchdowns himself. He was unbelievable in just his second start as a quarterback at Mount St. Joseph University. And for his efforts, of course, you would think that Taylor was named the Heartland Conference Player of the Week. He leads the conference coming into this afternoon's ball game in rushing. In just 2 games, he has rushed for 146.5 yards per game, 283 all total coming into this afternoon's ball game on 40 carries, and he's got 7 rushing touchdowns. He leads the conference in scoring also, and he also leads the conference in passing efficiency at 68% completion ratio. So Taylor has been outstanding as quarterback of the Mount St. Joseph Lions, and we had a chance to talk earlier today with the Heartland Conference Player of the Week, Josh Taylor.
Josh, last week, big ball game, Heartland Conference Player of the Week. Talk a little bit about the difference between week 1 and week 2.
So the main difference was, I think, just getting that first college start underneath my belt. The game's a lot faster than high school and not really playing since my senior year, so it's been about 2 years. It was just getting it underneath my belt. The game was fast, and then being able to experience that, it just felt a lot slower to me, and I just got very comfortable this week with it.
I know you talked a little bit about the offensive line. What were their blocking assignments last week, and how much more comfortable were you working behind them?
We just kept everything simple. We really just went back to the basics, kind of for week 1 install, day 1 install. We just kept it basic and kind of just went with what we knew.
How about the receivers? You were talking about them off tape, how well they did blocking upfield.
Yeah, they do a great job. They get open, and then sometimes when I have to scramble around, they'll find a guy. They'll go find work when they have to, and they do a great job following the play too, so cutback lanes are there because of that.
When you're going up to the line of scrimmage, we all know what Chayton Tomlin did and looked everything over, but when you're walking up to the line of scrimmage as a freshman quarterback, what keys are you looking for as the play is going on?
So we're taught to look at the safeties and kind of ID them. So they'll tell you if it's cover 1 or cover 2, and Coach Rod does a really good job of showing us the keys that their DBs do prior to the snap based on what week we're in, and kind of because sometimes they like the roll coverages and stuff, and Coach Rod does a good job of showing us the keys. So we look at the safeties, kind of look at the corners, see what their alignments are, and then we peek at the linebackers and seeing how kind of their body language is telling us whether they're going to blitz or not. So just looking at the keys that they're giving us.
Are you given any audibilizing allowances in this offense so far yet?
Yeah, he's trusting it with me so far. He says until I mess it up. So.
But how do you contact them? How do you communicate with the receivers at the line of scrimmage?
So we work on hand signals and stuff, and then they do a good job IDing it too. So sometimes we just kind of give a look at each other. I feel like through practice and stuff, we have a pretty good chemistry of when we see something, we kind of look at each other and we both kind of know. So it's just chemistry and just repping it out in practice.
One final question. What are you studying here at the Mount?
I'm going to be a history teacher, so I'm doing secondary education. I'm going to be a history teacher, and I plan on being a coach.
Good for you. Congratulations last week. We'll talk to you again down the road.
Yes, sir. Sounds good. Thank you.
You know, it's interesting when you talk to Taylor, and interview him and talk to him about the way they communicated at the line of scrimmage. Chayton Tomlin, the quarterback for the last 4 years for the Lions, basically had his own communication system with hand signals and body language, the way he would go up to the line of scrimmage and audibilize, and Taylor now is trying to implement that into his game plan. But of course, that is what Defiance is going to have to be worried about here this afternoon, is that freshman quarterback for the Lions, who has accounted for 7 touchdowns in just the last week and is the Heartland Conference Player of the Week. The Mount offense last week, they posted a huge statistical game against Franklin. They rushed for 355 yards for an average of 7.1 yards per carry, 6 total rushing touchdowns. Mariano McKenzie had the other touchdown for the Lions. The passing game was also stellar, as the 2 Lion quarterbacks threw for a combined 222 yards and 2 touchdowns. Chandler Kinhalt was the leading receiver for the Lions in the game. He had 8 catches in the contest, 95 yards, and a touchdown. But it's the defense today for the Lions that is decimated. Their secondary, out of the first 2 teams of their 4-man secondary, they've only got 1 DB that is available here this afternoon, and that's Noah Abel, and he's going to be playing basically out of position. He's the best corner cover that the Lions have got, but today he's going to start at safety, and the Lions are going with basically 3rd and 4th team defensive players in the secondary because of injuries, and on top of that, they've got to replace Troy Speakman as the returner. That probably is going to fall upon Joey Newton this afternoon to return punts and kickoffs here today. But also the Lions have taken a couple of wide receivers and moved them. They were 7th and 8th and 9th on the depth chart, and moved them to the defensive side, and they're going to be deep covers just in case. So the Lions secondary is depleted here this afternoon. It's going to be an interesting contest for the Lions, but coming in, they are 2nd in the conference in defense and scoring at 25 a game, giving up just 25, and total defense giving up 353 yards a game. And we talked with defensive coordinator Rick Thompson just what this defense has done this year and what he's going to do to try to put together a secondary this afternoon against the Yellow Jackets.
Rick, before this afternoon's ball game, your defense over the first 2 ball games has really been, I'm going to say not smothering, but extremely outstanding, especially the way you played against Franklin last week. Talk about what the philosophy has been this year coming in on the way you want to coach and play defense.
Well, we always want to try to do some things where we have multiple abilities to cover, particularly take away the best receiver of the opponent, and also be able to fit the run. It's a little different this year. We don't have as much size up front defensively. The emergence of Anthony Wright as a nickel, who could also actually be almost a linebacker as well, has allowed us some flexibility. And then, having experienced guys like Julius Fisher and John Finn, who've played a lot of football but also very, very intelligent, have allowed us to make some adaptations of some things that we look back, every year we look back at what our opponents did well against us the year before. Okay, so what do we need to do to get better to really beat the best teams in our league and adapt a little bit? And so, we had to also adapt to the fact that we're a little smaller up front. So we're still trying to take away what teams want to hurt you with in the pass game, and also be, as good against the run as we can. So, that flexibility and the ability to do multiple things really, really helps us that way.
Is there more speed on this defense than there's been in the past few years?
Yeah, I would agree with that wholeheartedly. We've taken a couple of different evolutions since I've been here. When I first got here, we had a blitz to get pressure, but we had some guys like Spencer Candrew, who's coaching with us now, Nolan Miller, Corey Harden, Dustin Apple. We had guys who could rush the passer, so we kind of got away from the blitz game and got really, really good at covering. Those guys graduate, so we're kind of adapting the other way. Plus, we've got some really good speed in the secondary and being able to move some guys that have played corner and have corner skills, and that has allowed us to play a little bit more man and do some things with our safeties that maybe we couldn't have done before. So, that team speed has definitely helped us.
And the play between Fisher and Finn, has that helped you on the outside linebackers, allowing them a little more freedom?
Well, I think that particularly John Finn. Finn is somebody, he's played a little bit of everything since he's gotten here. He's very intelligent. He gets us set. He makes the calls. And he also is confident within, I know where I belong when the ball's snapped. He's one of those guys, I'll give him a little bit more freedom on his alignment. We'll have some interesting discussions where he'll tell me, I know I was getting there, but I also know that when I tell him things, he's going to respond to those. Probably the most guy I could compare him to like that since I've been here is Connor Blevins that Hop played with when he was here, in that they watch a lot of film. They're very intelligent. They have football intelligence as well as general intelligence. They're very confident in themselves. And so I can give him a little bit more freedom within alignment, knowing he's going to end up where he's supposed to be.
Secondary depleted this afternoon, so you're moving Abel from corner to safety. How big a change is that for him to make?
Well, the good thing for us is that Noah has played star for us when he first got here. We've used him in our nickel package, in our dime package, is that. But also in the fall, then one of the benefits of our fall practice season, we experimented with him a little bit at safety as well. And so Noah's very knowledgeable about what we do. He's a really, really good athlete. You hate to make those kind of things, but, you got to adjust and overcome and play. And so I think Noah will do a good job back there.
Good luck today.
Thank you very much.
Well, one of those wide receivers that the Lions have moved to cornerback this afternoon is number 11, Andrew Pierce. He's a 5'11", 185-pound freshman out of Summit, Thompson Station, Tennessee. He's moving to the cornerback position probably just for this one game, but nonetheless, the Lions are really depleted in the secondary. They're also third in total offense when we look back at the offense at 467 yards in the conference, and they're fifth in scoring at 38.5 points per ball game. Defiance was 5-5. That was their best record in 2016. Since then, they have won only 4 games and have had 4 head coaches. The Yellow Jackets came from behind last week as they defeated Manchester by a final of 22-16. We told you right off the top. They went 80 yards and only 6 snaps for a score. And freshman running back Tyshawn Freeman rambled 35 yards into the end zone. And when they say rambled, that's exactly what he does. They've got him listed at 5'11", 220. Folks, if he's 220, I'm 180 because this kid is big, he's strong, and he is 250 if anything. He looks like a Jerome Bettis clone. The 2-point conversion gave Defiance the 22-9 lead with 8:15 remaining. Manchester came back, scored a touchdown to cut it to 22-16, but couldn't get the onside kick. It was recovered by the Yellow Jackets to preserve their victory. But Defiance, with their 1-2 record, the reason that is because they opened up the season with 2 straight losses, one to Rose-Hulman, 52-6, and to Handover, 56-12. Last year, the Lions won this game 59-6 right here at Schuler Field. The Lions have won 8 straight coming into this afternoon's ball game over Defiance, and they lead the all-time series 17-11 over Defiance. Austin Brock had 4 catches in the ball game and a touchdown. Cornell Beecham, of course, he's out, had 4 TDs in the ball game, and they did allow the Yellow Jackets, the Lions did, to rush for 123 yards in the ball game. Defiance, coached by third-year Capital graduate in 1984, Manny Matsakis. Matsakis has also coached in college at Wyoming and Emporia State, Kansas State under Bill Snyder, and Hofstra University. And the Lions coached by Ty Hopperton in his 4th year, a 2012 graduate of the Mount. He is 22-10 overall and 18-7 in the Heartland Conference after last week. When we return, we'll take a look at what else is happening on the Mount campus and the Heartland Conference scoreboard. We'll do that when we come back to Schuler Field after this timeout.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Ohio. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. there's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Where are you headed? Where would you like to go? New heights, right? At Mount St. Joseph University, we integrate academic excellence, real-world experience, and individual attention so that you can climb higher. Begin your ascent at msj.edu.
Dave Mitchell back here at Schuler Field. Dan Benjamin will be joining us here in just a little bit. As we said, he is performing double duty here this afternoon for the Mount, so we will be bringing him along during the ball game. But let's take a look at what else is happening. The Mount St. Joseph girls softball team is playing this afternoon, and they are at home at Kinder Morgan, and they are playing this afternoon Wittenberg University out of the NCAC. And in the first game, which is a game that got underway about an hour and a half ago, they were tied up at 1-1 in that contest. And as we look at what has happened, the Mount has won the first game 3-1, so they have now won 6 in a row, folks. They're doing outstanding. They're now 10-5, 6 in a row. They've got one more game with Wittenberg, and then they play 7th-ranked nationally DePaul over in Indiana tomorrow afternoon. So hopefully the Lions can come away with a win there. We're going to talk with their head coach, Beth Gutterwis, at halftime in an interview that we recorded yesterday. The men's baseball team, well, they're playing at home in a doubleheader in Florence at Freedom Stadium against Transylvania. The Lions have now lost 5 in a row as they fell in the first game, and the second game is just now getting underway. Their record is 5-8 on the season. Let's take a look at what is going on around the Heartland in football today, and games that kicked off at 1:30. Franklin is at Bluffton. We don't have a score on that one. When we do, we'll bring it along to you. Manchester is playing at Anderson this afternoon. And in a game that kicked off at 2 o'clock, Rose-Hulman is playing Hanover. Those are the only 2 undefeated teams left in the Heartland Conference because, remember, the Mount opened up with Hanover 3 weeks ago, but it was just classified as a scrimmage. And right now, Hanover is leading Rose 21-14 with 9.5 minutes remaining to go in the third quarter of action. The standings so far, Hanover and Rose-Hulman each at 2-0. Then comes Bluffton and Franklin at 2-1. The Mount at 1-1. Defiance at 1-2. Anderson and Manchester are at 0-2 and 0-3 respectively. Next week in the Heartland Conference, Bluffton will be here at the Mount taking on the Lions. That's a 1:30 kickoff next Saturday, so remember that. Elsewhere in the conference, Anderson will be at Defiance, Franklin goes to Rose-Hulman, and Hanover will be at Manchester. When we come back, we'll talk with head coach Ty Hopperton about this afternoon's contest with Defiance after this timeout.
Dayton Children's cares about the health of your children. Hi, I'm Kirk Herbstreit. Growing up in Centerville, my parents taught me the importance of being healthy, and now I'm teaching my kids. Childhood obesity is on the rise, but there are small steps that we could take to fight it. Turn off video games and go outside, ride bikes, go to the park, or learn a new dance. Parents, once we get moving, our kids will follow. Get moving!
Dayton Children's, experts you trust, caring for the children you love.
Now on the Mount St. Joseph campus, it's the Roar Store. Located in the Harrington Center, the Roar Store is designed to meet the needs of our students, whether it's spiritware, gifts, or snacks. But the Roar Store is more. They offer everything from notebooks to laundry detergent, even brake fluid and tire repair, plus a wide range of food and drink. And it's just a walk away. It's not just a bookstore, it's an everything store. The Roar Store in the Harrington Center on the campus of Mount St. Joseph University. Dave Mitchell back here at Schuler Field just about 10 minutes before the kickoff of this afternoon's ball game. We told you we'd check on that score between Franklin and Bluffton, and Franklin right now is leading with 8.5 minutes to go in the ball game at Bluffton, 26-14. So the Grizz bouncing back. They're 2-1 on the year, taking on the 3-1 Bluffton Beavers, and right now Franklin leading by 12, 26-14. Defiance 1-2 heading into this one under their third-year head coach Manny Matsakis. As offensive coordinator, he handles all those duties in his third year. Javon Johnson in his second year as defensive coordinator. We told you they lost a couple of games leading off the season to Rose and Hanover. And in their win last week against Manchester, their freshman running back, Tyshawn Freeman, led them by rushing 26 times for 151 yards. Senior Terry Geiger ended with 4 receptions and 74 yards. Sophomore quarterback Daylon Lang is completing 48% of his passes. They come in averaging 13.3 points per ball game and giving up 41.3, a difference of 28 points a game. The Lions, well, today, under head coach Tyler Hopperton, his offensive coordinator Caleb Carrill, and Rick Thompson is the defensive coordinator. They'll be home next week for Bluffton, but if the most improvement a football team makes is between their first and second game of the year, well, the Lions really took a jump at Franklin last week and made a statement to the rest of the league. We talked with head coach Ty Hopperton before the game.
Hop, before this afternoon's ball game with Defiance, I guess the first question I need to ask you is, what was the difference between Taylor in game 1 and Taylor in game 2?
Well, ultimately, you know, he's a first-year starter, right? He's a redshirt freshman. It's his first time in these varsity football games. So, you know, I think it won't necessarily be a steady uphill climb, but, I mean, he learns by the week. There's going to be things that he gains comfort with. I think, you know, the style of defense that we saw against Franklin was better suited, you know, just where he's at right now. And so I think there's just a comfort level. And, you know, I think you'll see flashes, and I think you'll see times that you'll be reminded that he's a freshman quarterback too. And that's really across the board at all positions. But it was just exciting for all of us because he's such a hard worker and such a, you know, hardworking young man that it was just great to see him showcase his talents last week.
Was it something that you saw in the game plan coming up that could happen because of the way Franklin played defense?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, because they run something similar to us, so he sees it every day. So I think there was just some comfortability between Coach Coral and him as well, just based on the continuity of what they've been seeing. So I think there were some matchups and some things in terms of some coverages and alignments that they just felt comfortable with, and obviously we were able to execute it too.
They always say that the most improvement a football team makes is between game 1 and game 2. If that's the case, you got to be extremely happy with the improvement this team has made so far.
Yeah, I definitely felt better after last week's game than the first one. That's for sure. But yeah, it was, and it was good because there was a lot of firsts last week, and it's been a long year, obviously. So it was just good. You know, there was a couple guys that scored their first college touchdowns, or got their first college catch, or got their first college tackle. On top of a good win, you know, and a lot of people's first college win, and it's been a long time since our last win, you know, fall 2019, so it was just good to, you know, kind of get back in that groove, and just kind of made everything feel better, of all of us kind of feeling sorry for ourselves all year, so it was definitely just a good day for that.
Hop, everybody talks offense, but this defense, especially the way they held Franklin down to about 150 yards in total offense last week when they were coming in averaging over 400, has played outstanding also.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, last week holding them to 19 points, which, you know, 2 of those touchdowns coming late, you know, against subs, and, you know, even against Rose, I mean, 21 of those points were the defense, you know, where really 10 of it could be attributed to special teams, 7 of it directly and 3 off a bad kickoff for us. So, you know, 2 weeks in a row of holding good offenses to 3 scores, which, you know, designing by, I mean, college football nowadays, that's great. You know, shutouts are rare these days, and it's, you know, 2 weeks in a row that we've held the opposing quarterback to below 50% completion rate. Shut down their top receiver both weeks that they've been under 30 yards, I think, both weeks in a row. So Coach Thompson's done a great job of kind of honing in on, you know, what we do and who we are and the guys we have, and just, you know, letting them play and play comfortable and play fast. And, you know, you've definitely seen it. And, you know, obviously I love good defensive football, and last week was just a good combination of all of it.
Finn and Fisher have been outstanding so far, haven't they?
Oh, absolutely. And even that, you know, I talked about Josh being a good guy and, you know, hardworking kid and all that, but, you know, these 2 have been doing it for 4 years now, and we're fortunate enough that they're able to play again next fall. But yeah, I mean, that's what happens, and that's, you know, when seniors stick around and work hard like that, and those guys do everything you ask and more. It's just awesome to see those guys. You know, in the first half last week, it was just those 2 just unloading on people and making the big plays and the big calls and all that. So it's definitely exciting to see.
You're going to be missing some people in the secondary this afternoon, switching Abel to safety. That next man up mentality at the corner position?
Yeah, no other choice, you know. And we'll find out. I mean, you know, a little thin, but it, you know, we'll see what we can do. There's definitely capable guys back there, and the guys that are proven on our team, they're proven because they were given a chance. So there's new guys that have a chance to prove if they can do it or not, and so we'll find out pretty quick.
Hop Suchomsky, he's leading the league in punting, 46 yards a kick. Bear said at the beginning of the year it's all focus with him, and he seems to really have dedicated himself to this spot right now.
Yeah, Max has worked really hard, and he didn't have a ton of opportunity in high school. He played for a team that didn't punt much. I mean, they had a couple FBS kids on their team, and they would just go for it, right? They had a receiver from Clemson, and it was like, hey, let's just give it to him, right? And being a left-footed punter too, it comes off a little weird for the returner. Sometimes it's hard to catch and get a good read on it, so he gets some rolls. And he's had some good punts, and his average would actually be even higher. But last week his best punt was taken away because of a penalty on their end, so we got the ball, which was fine. Mm-hmm. But he's worked really hard. He's all off season he's out there always bugging me what field he can get on or if he can get balls or whatever, because obviously COVID, especially for them, is hard. And so another good example of hard work paying off, and especially in week against Rose in week 1 for us, having one blocked, that really wasn't anything with operation time, and then to come back and have 5 punts for a 50-yard average is incredible, and just shows that he's grown in terms of maturity, and it's not a freshman punter anymore. You're now the second-year sophomore starting punter, and it's definitely shown.
Good luck today, Hop.
Thank you.
Tyler Hopperton before this afternoon's ball game. It is a gorgeous day for football. About 70 degrees here at Schuler Field in Cincinnati. The Lions are 1-1 on the year, taking on the 1-2 Defiance Yellow Jackets. The keys for this afternoon's ball game for Defiance: they need to control Josh Taylor and the line of scrimmage, and for the Lions, run the football and play with intensity this afternoon. I'm Dave Mitchell with Dan Benjamin. The kickoff is coming up next on UltimateSportsTalk.com. You've been listening to the Lions pregame show, a comprehensive look at the upcoming Lions game. Mount St. Joseph University football is next on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
Welcome to today's game. This is Paul Keels, and you know how much I love broadcasting the Buckeyes, but I also love high school sports. On behalf of the OHSAA, let's all do our part to set a good example and make this a fun and safe experience for the kids involved. I know this game means so much to the players, coaches, and fans, but high school sports are about much more than the wins and losses. They teach life lessons that will be with the players long after their playing days are over. Good luck to both teams, and remember to respect the game.
The following is a special sports presentation of UltimateSportsTalk.com.
All right, it's game day. You only got one job to do. That's win. That means you stay focused for 4 quarters. Know your assignments and finish on every play. Don't be looking for shortcuts, and don't even think about making excuses. Because if you want the W, you're going to have to earn it.
Ultimate Sports Talk now presents Mount St. Joseph Lions College Football. Today's game is brought to you by Iron Sharpens Iron in Cincinnati. Call 513-748-1538. The Wishbone Tavern on Delhi Avenue. And Mount St. Joseph University. Mount St. Joseph University Sports is a presentation of UltimateSportsTalk.com. Now, let's go to the field for this Lions game. Welcome back to Schuler Field, where the game is getting underway. I'm Dave Mitchell, along with Dan Benjamin, and the kickoff is taken in by Defiance. They'll get the opening kickoff. Geiger takes it in at about his own 5, takes it straight up the middle, across the 20, out to the 26, make it to the 27-yard line, and that's where Defiance will start 1st and 10 here this afternoon. And their offense will go at quarterback, Dalen Lang. Lang, the 6'2", 180-pound sophomore, number 11. Behind him is Tyshawn Freeman, the 5'11", 220-pound freshman running back. The wideouts are Anthony Amundsen, Terry Geiger, Aman Shahid, and Ronald Wu. We'll get their front line coming up here in just a second, and they're averaging about 275 pounds across that front line. Dan Benjamin joining us here this afternoon, and immediately on the very first play of the ball game, we have an illegal procedure against Defiance. Bear, I want to bring you in, Dan Benjamin. Double duty here today, but when you look at this afternoon's ball game, the very first thing that pops into your head is the game that Josh Taylor had last weekend.
Oh yeah, Dave. Thanks for having me out here again. It's this beautiful day to watch some college football, and Taylor had a heck of a game. I think he had 2 throwing touchdowns and 5 running, so hopefully he can repeat that performance from last week.
Quarterback is Dalen Lang, and Lang lets it go right up the middle to Freeman. And Freeman will take it across the 30 out to the 31-yard line for a gain of about 3 yards on the play. And they're going to say he lost about 3 yards, so he's back to the 25-yard line. And we're having some, there we go, we're having a little technical difficulties here this afternoon. Freeman gets the handoff right up the middle on 2nd and 13. Now he'll take it out to the 31-yard line, and he'll be stopped up right there.
Right where the Mounts defense wants every team they play, 3rd and long, and if they're going to keep pounding the ball like that, the Mount will take that and have them punt the ball here, hopefully on 4th.
And that'll make it 3rd down and about 7 yards to go for a first down for Defiance. Across that front line, they've got Dominic Fannin, Eric Moultrie, Tyson Carson Payton, Isaiah Robinson, and Andre Almore, and they average 275 yards across that line. Handoff to Freeman. Freeman busts it out to the right-hand side, across the 40, out to the 42-yard line. He's got a gain of 10 on the play and a first down for Defiance.
Yeah, they just stuck with their game plan so far and gave the ball to Freeman again, and he found a seam and got a first down there.
So the ball goes out to the 43-yard line. And it's 1st and 10 for Defiance, and Lang hands it off to Freeman again, right up the middle. He's going to get a steady dose today across the 45 up to the 47-yard line for a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd and a long 5, Bear.
Yeah, that's a nice little run. Looked like the same play. They just ran it again, and again, Freeman found a seam over there on the right side of that O-line and picked up 5, and now they're having a 2nd and short.
Well, Troy Speakman was not expected to play today, but he is in the secondary as I look out there. Noah Abel playing the other safety position, but the Lions are extremely thin at the corner position this afternoon. 2nd down, 5, handoff to Freeman. He's going to be stopped up, brought right down at the 48-yard line, close to the line of scrimmage by Julius Fisher and John Finn.
Yeah, that was a great play by Fisher and Finn. Those linebackers filled those holes immediately, and that was a great job to put them at 3rd and 4 here.
3rd down, 4, ball at the 49-yard line, still in Defiance territory. We've just begun. Defiance started at their own 27-yard line. 3rd down, 4 yards to go. They're going from left to right across your computer screen. Dropping back is Lang. He's going to throw it up the right side. He's got a receiver, and it is complete at the 15-yard line, and he'll be run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line.
That was just a great ball by Lang. That put it right out there. When you have a heavy dose of a fullback like they do with theirs, and you start getting nosy and putting an extra person at that line of scrimmage, you can take that chance right there, and Defiance connected.
Salah Edwards with the catch. A freshman, 6 feet 2 inches tall, and he did a nice job on that catch down to the 13-yard line of the Mount. Lang looking downfield, looks to his left now, rolls out to his right. He's going to tuck it under. He's going to be hit at the 14 and be stopped very close to the line of scrimmage for probably no gain at all. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
That's a great play on the defensive part. Watching the quarterback there, he's looking for the back out of the backfield, about 5 yards deep, but the safety jumped him, and everybody had great coverage, and nothing to do there but tuck it and run.
We told you about the Lions' defensive secondary, but that front 4, Noah Hammond, Gavin Brennan, Matthew Breedis, and Sam Martin, along with Declan Brophy, have been playing extremely great football. And you got to add in David Lewis on that also for the Lions. And dropping back is Lang on 2nd down and 10, throws the ball, and it will be caught. Nice catch on the play by Ronald Wu. Went to his knees and brought it in before it hit the turf down to the 8-yard line on 3rd and now 6.
And I know they would like to have that back. Wu made a heck of a catch, but if he hits him in stride, he had running room. We'll at least got the first down.
Lang coming into this afternoon's ball game, 41 of 86 completions for 48%, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He's in the pistol with Freeman right behind him on 3rd down, 6 yards to go. They're going to hand it off to Freeman up the middle off left tackle, and he'll be stopped at about the 6-yard line after a gain of 3 and it'll bring up 4th down and call it about 3 yards to go for a Defiance first down.
That's a great job by that defensive front right there to hold him to a couple yards, and I believe it was Fisher that came in and cleaned up the rest of that tackle.
Big play here for Manny Matsakis and the Defiance Yellow Jackets. 4th down 3 at the Lions 6-yard line. They're going to go for it on 4th down. 10.5 left to go in the first quarter. Moving in motion is Wu. High snap. Lang brings it down, hands it off to Freeman. He's going to be close to the first down. It's all going to depend on the spot as he gets it down to the 3, and they're going to give him the first down. Are they?
Yeah, they gave him the first down, Dave. It's one of those things, like we talked about in our broadcast here a couple weeks ago. If they think it's close, they don't even measure. They just give it to them.
Bear, that ball's not even at the 3.
No, it's short.
It's outside the 3, and they started this at the 13. I mean, that's something there where you've got to bring in the chains, don't you?
I believe you have to. I think you're doing, especially on a 4th down conversion there.
Yep. Moving in motion is Macquarie Biggins to the right. They're going to hand it off to Biggins, and he's going to take it in for the score around the left side. And Defiance marches right down the field against the Mount defense. And with 9:55 to go in this first quarter, they have taken a 6-0 lead.
Not the way we want to start, Dave, but you got to give Defiance offense credit. They executed right there on every play except for the first one, which was the false start.
And they kept it primarily on the ground with the exception of that one long pass that went to...
They look like they're going for 2 here.
Salah Edwards. Well, their extra point kicker, their place kicker is Kevin Matos. He's 0 for 1 on extra points, so they don't go for an extra point very often. Freeman, they'll spot it at the 3. Lang is out of the pistol with Freeman. He's got receivers out wide. He's going to drop back, looks over the middle, and it is complete to Wu for the 2-point conversion. 9:55 left to go in this first quarter of play, and Defiance has marched down the field, and early in this ball game, they have taken an 8-0 lead over the Mount on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
Life should be enjoyed, so get up and start. At Iron Sharpens Iron Personal Training, they develop a healthy relationship with you and provide a positive, encouraging environment to train. The staff at Iron Sharpens Iron will set up a personal training system that fits you and you alone, and your first session is free. Are you ready to have fun and get in shape? Iron Sharpens Iron serves the greater Cincinnati area. Check them out at isi-pt.com. That's isi-pt.com. Or call them today at 513-748-1538.
For more than a century, Mount St. Joseph University has prepared nursing leaders who serve their patients with the heart of a lion. With flexible undergraduate and graduate programs, the Mount will help you climb higher. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/nursing.
Dave Mitchell and Dan Bear Benjamin back here at Schuler Field. The Lions down 8-0 in this ball game. 9:55 left to go in the first quarter, and Defiance is going to kick it off. It's going to be a squib taken in by Speakman at his knees at the 25, cuts it right up the middle to the 30, 35, 40. He's going to be brought down at the 43-yard line.
And that might be what's going to keep them in the game here. Obviously, they got to keep Defiance out of the end zone, but without a kicker, that's a short kick, and Speakman did a great job fielding that and getting them up where, about the 40, 42-yard line?
So it's out at the 43, like you said. So it's 1st and 10 for the Lions. The Lions come up to the line of scrimmage with the Heartland Conference Player of the Week, Josh Taylor. He accumulated 7 touchdowns, was accountable for those last week against Franklin. Dropping back, Taylor looking over the middle, and he throws it over the head of Newton and incomplete.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Taylor saw what he saw, but or was looking for what he was trying to see, but he had number 12 wide open. I can't remember who that is. Is that Samples?
Yes.
He was open. I think Samples did an in route, and he was expecting to do an out route about 12 yards deep.
Hayden Bell's into the ballgame now for the Lions at tight end. Paul Minor's going to play today with that sprained knee. Fake handoff. Taylor's going to keep it off the right side to the 45, to the 50. Dives forward into Defiance territory to the 49-yard line for a gain of 8.
Nice little run, and the more he does that, as you said, he's a run-pass option type quarterback. I think he should have cut that back in the middle. He would have had the first down easy, but now he's got him in 3rd and short.
3rd down, 2 yards to go. 3rd down, 2 yards to go for the Lions. As Taylor comes up to the line of scrimmage, looks things over. He's got Bell tight end left in the slot, and he moves Trevor Tomey over to the right. Dropping back is Taylor. Heavy rush. He's going to step up, throw it up the right side. Incomplete. Tried to go to Cam York, and he threw it over his head and incomplete.
I'd have to think they're not even thinking about going for this. They're going to go ahead and punt, but they definitely had him. I think he just looked the wrong way. He went with the solo coverage over there, and that was well covered by Defiance.
Well, Max Suchomsky is going to come in and punt this football away for the Lions. And he is the leading punter right now in the Heartland Conference. Suchomsky averaging 46 yards a punt.
Let's see if Max can help us out here and get this thing inside the 10.
And he gets a good snap, high end over end kick.
Roll.
It's going to hit at about the 15, takes a mount roll inside the 10, and will be downed at the 6-yard line. That's a 43-yard punt for Suchomsky with 8:31 left to go in the first quarter of play. Defiance leading it 8-0. And we'll be back right after this timeout.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Ohio. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Back here at Schuler Field, 8:19 to go. Defiance has the ball back at their own 6-yard line. Boy, Suchomsky, excellent punt. He's done that all season long, averaging 46 yards a kick. Defiance with Lang is going to hand it off around the right-hand side, and it goes to their wideout. That's Geiger, and Geiger's going to take it across the 10 out to the 14-yard line.
That's very good patience by Geiger on that jet sweep. The Mount had it snuffed out, turned him back in, and he found a seam, and obviously he gets an 8-yard gain there. Mount's going to have to do something to stop this run.
Biggums goes out wide to the left-hand side. He's a wide receiver, but he's their second leading rusher. He also just ran for the touchdown a few minutes ago. They've got wideouts on both sides. Now moving in motion is Wu to the far side. Hand off to Freeman. Freeman on 2nd and 2 takes it across the 15 out to the 16. He's close to the 17, and another first down for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, that's a nice little play right there. Freeman going north and south. He's going to end up getting those yardies. He's just a big man. I believe you got him listed as 5'11", 220, but he looks a little bit bigger than that.
I said during the pregame show, Bear, if he's 220, I'm 180.
Well, that makes me feel good, and I'm 160.
First down for the Yellow Jackets at their own 17-yard line. Again, wideouts on both sides. Going out wide to the right-hand side is Salah Edwards. Now moving in motion to the near side is Biggins. Hand off to Freeman. Freeman's going to take it across the 17 up to the 19-yard line. He's going to be gang tackled and stopped right there.
Yeah.
Boy, he didn't come anywhere near the 20, Dan. And they're going to spot him at the 20.
He actually should have had a loss of yardage there. I think it was it Gavin 99 in there?
Yeah, Gavin.
Yeah, Gavin was in there, and he just couldn't bring him down.
So a gain of 2. Boy, they gave him an extra yard as a gift.
Well.
2nd and 8.
There's a reason why you and I are up in the booth and not there with the stripes on, Dave.
Well, you wonder if maybe they shouldn't be switching. Edwards goes out wide to the right. Dropping back Lang. He's going to throw it out to the left, and it is complete to Geiger, but then he bobbled it, and it didn't complete the catch as he went out of bounds. It'll be 3rd and 8.
Yeah, that was good coverage right there on the mountain. Just a heck of a pass by Lang. And the kid should have caught that ball and should have been close to the first down. But now we got 3rd and long, I believe 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7. So we got to have another big play.
Andrew Pierce has come into the ball game. That's the kid that the Lions moved from wide receiver to cornerback, and they were speaking so highly of. He's a freshman, and he's come in at the cornerback position. Speakman and Abel playing that dime spot right now. Handoff is going to go to Freeman off the left side. He's going to be hit at the 21, still moving forward, but then finally brought down at the 22-yard line. A gain of a couple, 4th and 6, and it's punting time for Defiance.
Yeah, I was wondering what they were doing there. Obviously, they played it conservative, hoping he could break one and get him close. But now you got 4th and 6. Here again, another special teams opportunity. We'll see which way this goes. I believe Speakman's going to be deep, and hopefully he can catch this ball cleanly and do some damage on the run back after this punt.
Matt Bolanos is the 2nd leading punter in the Heartland Conference, averaging 39.1 yards a kick behind Suchomsky. 4th and 6 from the 22-yard line with 5:58 to go. That one might have been partially blocked. Speakman's going to take it in at the 40-yard line. Cuts it to the 50, to the left-hand side. He's going to be brought down at the 47-yard line.
Dave, that's a great return by Speakman there. I think he picked up almost 10 on that. And people don't realize how important special teams are. Max puts that ball inside the 10 around the 6, and now we got great field position, obviously, in Defiance's territory.
Well, that's going to be a net of about a 28-yard punt.
I think you're right. That ball almost got blocked. If it didn't get tipped, they were right there.
For Bolanos. So Taylor back out of quarterback. Tomey is the running back to the right of him. Lions are going with a 2 tight end set on the left-hand side, kind of an off-balance line. Dropping back Taylor, looking over the middle, rolls to the right, trying to direct traffic, still rolling to the right. Throws it out the right side, complete to the man that is Newton. Newton's got it at the 25-yard line. He was wide open, Dan, for a gain of about 23 yards on the reception and a first down for the Mount.
Yeah, great job by Taylor, and Newton connected on that one. Newton saw him come out of the pocket to the right and just scrambled a little bit himself and got wide open. But what a job up front. That double tight end did a great job of blocking.
They've been really happy with the way the line has developed. We'll give that to you here in a second. Tomey runs out to the left. Now Taylor's going to keep it right up the middle inside the 15. He's going to dive forward as he slaps the ground to the 14-yard line. Boy, he came a footstep away from breaking that one.
Yeah, and he knew that. That's why he's smacking the ground. And I know when they see that, they're going to bring him over and say, quit hitting that ground. We don't want you to break your hand there, my man. He'll score. He'll get this running game going.
9 yards on the carry, 2nd and a yard for the Lions at the Defiance 14-yard line, down 8-0. Hand off to Tomey around the right side to the 10. He's going to take it inside the 10 and down to the 6.
Again, that's a great run, a great surge by the linemen up there. They're going double tights, and I think they got Defiance outmanned with that double tight end look.
So that's a first down. It'll be 1st and goal for the Lions at the 7-yard line, 4:49. Boy, this quarter moving quickly with both teams running the football.
I wouldn't be surprised, a little play action after that last play, looking for a tight end in the flat.
Moving out of the backfield and leaving it empty is Tomey. Rolling out to the right is Taylor. Taylor is going to be dropped at about the 6-yard line, maybe a yard gain on the play. That was a designed run all the way.
Absolutely. The Defiance did a great job up front realizing that. It'd be more favorable to have that fullback lead the way. I think Toomey could do that for him. But here we go, 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal from the 6. Samples into the ball game along with Brock, York, and Newton.
You might get a fade down here, Dave, with Samples. He's got height on this young man.
Tomey moves in motion out of the backfield, leaving it empty.
There he
Looking
is.
into
There
the end zone
is.
is Taylor. They've got the receiver. Complete touchdown, Lions!
I believe that's Sample.
That is Chase Samples for the score, and the Lions have drawn to within a pair at 8-6.
Just a great play call right there. They had him tight, then they put the back in motion to spread out the defensive secondary, and Samples runs a post route and makes a nice catch.
3rd touchdown pass of the year for Josh Taylor, and for Samples, that is his 2nd touchdown catch of the season. Lions are now going to go for 2 and try to even this thing up with 3:59 to go in the first quarter. It is 8-6 Defiance. Taylor in an empty backfield. He's got York and Brock out to the right-hand side, Newton to the left-hand side. 2 tight ends in the ballgame for the Lions. Now Newton in motion. They're going to run it to the right-hand side. Taylor has got the receiver. Incomplete. Boy, coming over the top and making a nice play on Cam York is Michael Slade, a freshman. Boy, he came in and knocked that pass away. And the Lions are turned away on the 2-point conversion. 3:59 to go in period number 1. Your score, Defiance 8, the Mount 6 on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
Now on the Mount St. Joseph campus, it's the Roar Store. Located in the Harrington Center, the Roar Store is designed to meet the needs of our students, like when you need a textbook. Students can order books exclusively online that they can pick up at the Roar Store through our new eCampus site. eCampus includes 2 different shipping options. Free online shipping to Textbook Delivery Hub located in the Roar Store or delivered to your off-campus residence. The Roar Store in the Harrington Center.
Well, Dan, it is now 8-6, but the Lions, nice drive downfield.
Yeah, great drive right there. Josh Taylor commanding that offense of what he wanted, but some great play calling as well. But I thought they had a 2-point conversion, and he missed him probably about a second too late.
5 plays, 47 yards for the score. And Farfsing will kick it off, and taking it in is Geiger at backpedaling to his 4, to the 10, 15, right up the middle to the 20, and he's going to be dropped at about the 22-yard line.
Yeah, that's nice little coverage right there. I think this is going to be the difference in the game. Is going to be the kicking game, and if the Mount can keep doing what they're doing right now in special teams, I think they'll take over this game. Hopefully we can slow down the offense a little bit, though.
Well, you know, Manny Matsakis has taken over this Defiance job in his third year, but the offense right now, Bear, really has taken on his mentality of being tough, and that offensive line has done a nice job of blocking the Lions so far.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to look at them up front, but they look pretty big where I'm standing from, and they get a great push. And as we said, Freeman's doing a great job. He's just going to go north and south between the tackles, and hopefully the Mount will just keep pinning him inside there.
Lang, under center this time, drops back. Now he's going to roll out to his right, now roll out to his left. As everybody's covered, he's going to be hit at the 21 and dropped at the 22. Boy, a gain of about a yard on the play.
I think that was Fisher, 33, I believe. He got in there and almost tackled him for a loss, but had to pursue him from behind and almost made him cough up the ball.
Coming into the ball game right away for the Lions defensively.
Is that Hammond?
Hammond back into the ball game, and leaving is David Lewis.
The Mount does a nice job of rotating these guys in and out on that front four, so keep them fresh. Obviously, you're going to need it with a running back like Defiance says. It looks like we got a Lion down right there.
Yeah, we've got a Lion down at about the 30, I think at the 25-yard line.
Is that Fisher? We're looking at his wrist and arm, it looks like.
I thought it was 93, but if that's 93, that's Keegan Points.
I think you're right, it is 93.
Out of Ryle High School in Union, Kentucky, and yeah, they're holding his right hand as he comes off the field. Boy, they've talked highly of Keegan Points too. They've wanted to get him into the ball game, but Points, he's getting his opportunity here today. 5'9", 210 pounds.
Let's hope it's not a serious injury and it's something he can get back on the field here today.
So that was an official timeout. 3:24 left to go in this first quarter. We told you the baseball team lost the first game. The softball team won their first game against Wittenberg. They've won 6 in a row, and their head coach, Beth Gotterwitz, will be a taped interview that we did yesterday at halftime this afternoon. They play 7th-ranked nationally DePaul next week. Pitching out, going around the right-hand side is Biggins.
String it.
Biggins is going to cut it back to the far side,
there's a
back
clip.
to the 15, a couple of clips, and Biggins is just going to fall down at about the 16-yard line. No flags on the play, Bear.
That one surprises me because that was right in the middle of the field, and I don't know who missed that one, but they may want to check the referees at halftime and see if they need glasses or have me come down there and referee. Clearly got hit in the back. Nonetheless, as you would say, great play by the Mount defense. It's 3rd and long here.
Yeah, everybody stayed at home, and it's going to be 3rd down and call it 16 yards to go for Defiance back to their own 16. Dropping back Lang, looking to the left, now rolling out to the right. Looking upfield, he's got a receiver, and that on the catch is Salah Edwards at about the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that's a nice catch by Edwards, and it's 4th and long now, but, you know, Edwards keeps his feet there. He might get closer to that first down. You know, it's 10 yards short, but the Mount secondary fell down as well. So it must be a little slick right there. But I don't understand the play calling by Defiance. They were pounding us. In this series, they didn't do that.
Yeah, now they went to the passing game, which was rather shocking. So coming in to punt the football away is Matthew Bolanos. Bolanos had a 38-yard punt with a net of 28. And he's going to kick that one away. Got a nice high spiral that Speakman's going to take in at the 35-yard line. Cuts it to the right side to the 45, 50 up the far side. Inside the 40-yard line. He'll be knocked out of bounds. Somewhere inside the 40-yard line. They're going to mark him out right at the 40.
Yeah, he's right on top of that, Dave. A nice return by Speakman and great blocking to get him that seam. And again, field position's playing a role right here. Let's see what Josh Taylor and the offense can do.
Yeah, the difference between the two punters today have been the returns. Speakman has had outstanding returns, and Defiance really nothing.
Right, and let's hope we keep it that way.
Mariano McKenzie into the ball game for the first time this afternoon, number 31. He's the Lions' second leading rusher on the season. In the pistol behind Taylor. Taylor with receivers out wide on both sides. Hand off to McKenzie off the left side. Bounces off a tackler and still can't get anything. Maybe about a yard gain on the play for McKenzie. 2nd and 9. Minute 35 to go in a very hastily played first quarter. York is out to the right-hand side. 2nd down and 9 yards to go. McKenzie still behind Taylor. Receivers out wide. That's Samples out wide. Trips out to the near side. York is out to the far side. Taylor's going to run it around the left-hand side. Now flip it out. Tried to get it to Brock, and he bounced it in front of him. It's incomplete as he was falling to the turf.
That's very fortunate. That would have been about a 1-yard loss, but he tried to get it out to Brock, as you said. If he can get that there, he's got some running room. That's another run-pass option of him to try and get some yardage or hit York, who was just standing right around the line of scrimmage.
3rd down 9. Justin Caballero had Taylor wrapped up, an inside linebacker, junior. 3rd down, 9 yards to go from the 40 of Defiance. Samples out to the left-hand side. McKenzie behind the back. Minor at tight end. The throw over the left-hand side. Intercepted by Defiance.
Josh cannot be disappointed in that interception. As I pointed out earlier, we got a flag down there.
It's going to be against Defiance. It's going to be against the Mount. That interception was made by Jacques Hanvier.
Well, Sample slipped, as I told you earlier. When Edwards caught that ball going the other way, it was right about that area. So obviously something right around that 30-yard line, 25, 30-yard line is pretty slick. Samples just fell on that route.
Taylor, his 3rd interception thrown this season for the Mount. And Defiance will come back out onto the field after negating the Lions, trying to take the lead with 1:01 to go in this first quarter of play from Schuler Field. It's 8-6. Defiance leading it by 2. Again, trips out to the far side for Defiance. Ball in the near hash mark. Lions have Speakman and Abel at the safety positions. They go with 3 down linemen and 4 linebackers with a monster. Dropping back is Lang. Looks out to the left. Throws it over the middle, and it is complete to Geiger at the 43-yard line of Mount St. Joseph University.
That's just a great catch and a great throw. Noah Abel was right there, tried to deflect the ball and just missed it. Again, a nice catch and throw.
26 yards on the completion and a 1st down.
I think you're going to see him throw a little bit more out of this series, Dave.
Lang dropping back, looking over the middle. He's going to throw it up the left side. He's got a receiver, but it is incomplete. Tried to get it up the field to Salah Edwards again, and it just was over his head and incomplete.
Yeah, he had a little bit of a step on Noah right there, but they're coming out throwing the ball like I said. They got a new fullback in there. I can't see his number, so they have not run the ball yet, but great coverage by Noah Abel. They're going to test him out there right now with this guy's arm and see if we can't cover him.
I believe that is Thomas Coltrane at the running back position, but we can't tell because he's got long hair and it covers the number. So dropping back Lang, he's going to hand it off, and he's going to be hit and dropped all the way back to the 49-yard line. Let's see if we can get a front look at his number. And it is number 1. That's Devin Hewitt.
He's going out, and they're bringing the train back in. But what a great play by, I think that was 46. Was that Hayden? I think Hayden did a great job, but the snap definitely was high and helped us have an opportunity to get in there.
Hayden McMullen with the tackle. Well, it's 3rd down and call it 17 yards to go for Defiance from the 49-yard line, and that's going to do it for the end of the first quarter. Your score at the end of 1, it's Defiance 8, the Mount 6 on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
Every day is a great day at the Wishbone Tavern in the Delhi Plaza. The Wishbone Tavern still serves the best wings and burgers in town, but now they offer brunch on Saturday and Sunday starting at 10 a.m. And for your next event, use the Wishbone Tavern's party room, capable of holding up to 60 people. Contact Nicole for a reservation. With a menu full of fresh ingredients, hand-breaded appetizers, and a relaxed family-type atmosphere, your good time will begin when you walk in the door. The Wishbone Tavern in the Delhi Plaza, a proud member of the community, open Monday through Friday at 11, Saturday and Sunday at 10.
Changing lives is what great teachers do. And as I saw more students struggling to read, I looked to Mount St. Joseph University for help. The Mount is a national leader in reading science with highly effective research-based methods. Their faculty equipped me to teach students with a range of learning differences, and I was able to make an immediate impact in the classroom. The Mount's fully online reading science program helped me climb higher in my career, but more importantly, is improving the lives of my students. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/read.
Dave Mitchell, Dan Benjamin back here at Schuler Field. Defiance switches ends of the field, and they bring up here to the first play of the second quarter a 3rd down and 17 yards to go situation. Lang has got the big boy Freeman behind him out of the pistol, and he's going to hand it off right up the middle. Freeman's going to take it into Mount territory across midfield down to the 46-yard line. That's a gain of about 4, and it will bring up 4th down, 13 yards to go, and it's punting time for Defiance.
Yeah, they got a great opportunity right here. Even though it was 4th or 3rd and long, they didn't want to take a risk. So they're just going to let their punter punt the ball and see if he can pin us inside the 10.
We have just begun the second quarter of play. Dropping back is Speakman with Bolanos getting ready to punt it away. And Bolanos, good snap, high, short kick.
Bounce
that's
back.
going to bounce at about the 20, bounces over Speakman's head, takes a Defiance roll, and it'll be down inside the 5 at about the 4-yard line.
We got a flag right in the middle of the field, right about the 44.
That was a 42-yard punt. And let's see what the call is as the officials.
They're pointing towards the mount.
There's also a flag down where the ball was downed.
Well, let's hope they're all set and we can replay this down, because that field position is not good for the Mount offense.
No, that puts them back at their own 4-yard line. And now the official will tell us what's happening. 2 fouls on the play. It's going to be holding against Defiance, or unsportsmanlike conduct, and that's unable.
Yeah, that's not what you need right there when you already got half the distance to the goal on the holding call. And now we're going to, the only good thing is that it's only going to probably be a yard.
So that's going to take it back to about the 1.5-yard line is where they will spot it. A hold against the Lions, and then unsportsmanlike conduct, which takes them each penalty half the distance to the goal.
Yeah, you like Abel being fired up and all that. You want your players to play hard and fight a little bit, so to speak, but you don't want to get penalties like that in this situation.
We're back in the booth this week, and
yeah,
got a lot more room.
Yeah, we do.
I'm kind of surprised.
I almost like outside sometimes, too.
Well, today would have been gorgeous to be outside.
It would have been.
Lions take it over, 1st and 10 at about the, they've got it, I think they've got it marked Barrett about inside the 1-yard line.
Yeah, they definitely do. See, that people don't realize how important this is, but, we're going to have to get some yardage here just to get any breathing room.
Kyle Profit is in now at quarterback for the Lions as the Lions are backed up into their own end zone. He's got McKenzie off to the right. Profit's going to throw out to the right, complete to Cam York at the 10-yard line, near the 10. They're going to down him at about the 8-yard line.
And that's a good read. It's a simple roll right, read right, run option. Did a nice job hitting him on the stride and picking up 7 or 8 yards.
Hayton Bell and Paul Miner back into the ball game at tight end. Miner will line up on the right, Bell on the left. Miner is just off the line of scrimmage. Receivers out wide on both sides. Profit, handoff going to McKenzie. McKenzie's going to take it to the 10 and be dropped right there.
He should be close to that 1st down the way they're spotting. No, they're going to stop and see. They're going to measure this one. No, they give it to him. I was going to say, if you measure this one on 2nd down and 3, I might come down on their field and just take over. But they gave him the 1st down.
Talking to officials, they say they don't want to measure anymore because it slows down the flow of the game.
I agree with it, but, sometimes when that 4th down mark should have been measured, to be honest with you.
1st down 10 from the 11-yard line. Profit looks upfield. He's going to throw it up the left-hand side, and it is incomplete to Austin. Brock just led him a little too far.
Yeah, I don't think Brock could get off the line of scrimmage. They had an in and a wheel route, and Brock was running that wheel route, but just couldn't get down the field. And who was that? Profit threw that one, and you could tell that young man's arm is strong because he got it down the field about 5 yards over his head.
They've always said they want to give Profit some playing time and at quarterback, and they did this against Rose Hallman. And a penalty on the play.
Was that holding?
Well, it's against Defiance.
1st down.
Not sure what the penalty call was, Bear.
I don't know either. But we'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take it. It's going to take it out to the 21-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Lions. At their own 21 at 13:27 to go. Profit. Handoff goes on the end around to Cam York. And York, or check that, that's Newton, and Newton's going to take it up to the 25-yard line, and he's going to be stopped right there after a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, just another nice jet sweep out of Newton. Got around the edge, turned the corner a little bit. Just needed one more block for a second. He might have had a 1st down and been down that sideline.
8-6, Defiance leads it by 2. Boy, this has been a quickly played 1st quarter in 2 minutes. 2nd down, 6 yards to go for the Lions out of the pistol. McKenzie Fake handoff. Profit rolls out to his right.
Tight
Throw over
end.
the middle. Complete to Paul Miner at the 35. Cuts to the right. Upended and brought down at the 36. And that's a first down for the Lions, but a flag down on the far side by the official, the line judge.
And he threw that kind of late unless he launched it high in the air, and I missed it.
That's going to be a first down after a gain of about 12 on that reception.
Oh.
Illegal man downfield?
Yeah, that's what he called.
Illegal man downfield for the Lions. I didn't catch who it was, but they're going to mark it back to the 20, and instead of first down, it'll bring up second down and 11 yards to go.
Yeah, that just nullified a nice little route by Paul Miner and a great throw by Profit. And, I know the tight ends don't get the ball a whole lot, so you got to give them some love when they get it. So hopefully they can get back to him.
Second down, 11 yards to go. Profit with McKenzie to his right. Fake handoff.
He's got
Dropping
him.
back. Profit
Got
throws
him.
over the middle. He's got Brock complete at the 45 to the 50, into Defiance territory to the 49-yard line.
Just a great throw by Profit. But, boy, I'm looking at that field. A 23-yard gain, 24?
31.
31. Wow, that's great. But he had all kinds of people open, Dave.
Yeah.
Even Miner coming out of that tight end spot was open 10 yards down the field. But what a great throw by Profit.
Ball at the 49-yard line of Defiance. First down 10 for the Lions, and now I believe Defiance is going to use a timeout, so we will also. 12:16 to go in this first half of action. Your score, it is Defiance 8 and the Mount 6 on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
They say that great teams are built on teamwork, unity, and camaraderie. They say that great teams succeed when everyone's voice is heard, when everyone's included. We laugh together, we build together, we lift each other up. They say it takes a lot of hard work to be a great team. So we say, let's get to it.
Stay up to date with all your sports information on UltimateSportsTalk.com. Mount St. Joseph University and Roger Bacon High School sports. Talk about the Cincinnati Reds and Cleveland Indians on the Ohio Baseball Weekly Show every Monday night at 9 during the baseball season. Minute-by-minute scores, opinion articles, stories from the pros, college, and high school levels, including the WWE, MMA, and UFC. Increase your workout level and tickets to any sporting event, all in one spot. Check out UltimateSportsTalk.com every day for your sports fix.
Well, Defiance with the timeout there, and it is now 8-6. Defiance on top by 2 points. Dropping back is Profit, and Profit throws out to the right-hand side. It is incomplete to Joey Newton. So Newton on the incompletion brings up second down. He was wide open, but Profit just threw it at his feet. Profit so far in the ball game, 2 of 4 passing, 22 yards. Second down and call it 10 yards to go for the Lions. Paul Miner in. He's at a slot receiver. Now McKenzie will move out to the right. Profit is going to run it off the left-hand side. He's going to be hit and dropped immediately as soon as he started running the football, and he got dropped by Cole Gossett. Miguel Gomez also in on the tackle. It is 8-6. Lions down on the scoreboard, and it'll be third down and 13 after a 3-yard loss. So Profit all the way back to the 49-yard line in Defiance territory, looking over the defense. Trips out to the near side. Ball on the far hash mark for the Lions. Profit drops back. Looks over the middle. He's got a receiver. Brock complete first down at the 32-yard line of Defiance. Great pass, great catch by Brock. And it is a 19-yard reception and a first down for the Lions at the 32 of Defiance. Boy, Profit, this drive started at the half-yard line. So the Lions trying to move down the field. Profit with McKenzie to the right. Dropping back. Profit looking upfield. Looking for a receiver. He's got a man wide open in the end zone. That's Brock. Goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions! Boy, that ball hung up there, and it gave time for Stephen Lucas, the strong safety of Defiance, to try to catch up and knock that pass away. and Brock caught it right in the side corner of the end zone for the score, and the Lions have taken the lead at 12-8 with 11:23 to go in this first half of action.
Yeah, that was a great catch by Brock. You said it, not Profit's best throw, but I think he was excited because he was so wide open.
Yeah, he almost put too much air underneath it.
We're going to go for 2 again.
The Lions will go for 2, down or up by 4 now. McKenzie with Profit off to the right-hand side, ball at the 3. Rolling out to the near side is Profit, over in the corner of the end zone. Brock again, and the Lions complete the 2-point conversion this time. 11:23 to go in the first half. Your score, it's the Mount 14, Defiance 8 on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
Teaching is my calling. So when I needed to renew my license, I chose Mount St. Joseph University. The Mount offers the only program in the state of Ohio that allows you to combine 2 education endorsements to earn a graduate degree. In less than 2 years, I combined the reading and gifted intervention specialist endorsements. Classes were convenient, fully online, and I received personal attention from my professors. The Mount helped me climb higher in my career. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/Ohio.
Back here at Schuler Field, where the Lions now have taken the lead with 11:23 to go in the first half of action. 14-8. Our halftime guest will be Beth Gotterwitz, the head softball coach at Mount St. Joseph University. They won their 6th in a row this afternoon and playing Wittenberg in the second game of a doubleheader. So Defiance will get this kickoff from Kyle Farsing, and Farsing kicks it up, and it'll be taken in by one of the upbacks. That's Gashawn Moody, and Moody will take it in at the 20, out across the 25 to the 29-yard line. And that is where Defiance will start 1st and 10 from their own 29-yard line with 11:20 to go in the first half of action. Lions just ran the same play twice, basically.
Absolutely, they did. That's a great series, and, at first I thought about why they bring in Profit in. He's a heck of an athlete, as you can see. He led him down the field for a touchdown. It makes you game plan for somebody different. Him and Josh are 2 different type quarterbacks, so, nice move by Hop and Caleb on the offensive side, and I think you'll see Josh come back in too as well and have success. But that's a great series by Profit, and the O-line did a great job giving him time, and obviously Brock making some big catches.
Boy, it's interesting how Rick Thompson and the Lions coaching staff are piecing together this defensive secondary. They've got Noah Durham in at one of the safeties and Lee Bennett in at a corner. Handoff to Freeman. Freeman stutter stepping. He's going to be hit right at the line, breaks a couple of tackles, and then is forced out of bounds at about the 32-yard line.
Boy, he is just the train, as I called him earlier, man. He keeps them feet moving and chopping, and they had him behind the line of scrimmage, and somehow he got a 3-yard gain.
He is something else when you're watching him run the football. Bringing him down, or at least trying to bring him down, was Jonathan Finn.
Yeah.
And he struggled.
You're right. He's not 220. I think he's 221.
Yeah. I think I'm closer at 260. Dropping back is the quarterback, Lang. Lang's going to throw it deep up the field. Abel's back there. Abel intercepts it and then dropped it as he hit the ground. Geiger was there, and Abel undercut him. Came up with the interception, but when he came down on his back, he coughed up the football, so it's just a long incompletion, and it's 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, I think Dylan Lang would like to have that back because Abel was beat by a step, and he wasn't on the same page as the wide receiver and underthrew that a little bit, and Abel was able to get back and almost make an interception.
Lions playing a 4-3 defense now with 2 corners and 2 safeties, a cover 2 situation. Lang with Freeman staring over to the sideline. He's got Geiger out wide to the right-hand side. Geiger in the slot to the right, Dropping back, Lang looking to his right, then his left. He's got a lot of room to run. He's got it at the 35-40 up the near side.
Short.
And he stepped out of bounds about a yard shy of the 1st down.
If they give him this 1st down, then I am definitely going to the field to start refereeing.
They've got him at the 48-yard line. He needed to get to the 49. It's 4th down a yard, and when you've got a truck like Freeman, you might as well go for it.
Yeah, you got to a little bit here. I know it's early. It's 14-8 the Mount, but if you don't get this, you give the Mount great field position.
10:20 to go. Lions lead it by 6, 14-8. Lang puts Geiger in motion to the far side. Lions stacking the line of scrimmage now defensively.
Ooh.
Now Geiger's going to keep it himself. He ran in under center, and then just kept it on the quarterback keeper, the Wildcat, and he picked up the first down after a gain of 5.
Yeah, nice little move by Defiance right there.
They are full of gadgets.
Yeah.
And out to the 44-yard line is where Defiance has it. First down. Nice little play as Geiger snuck in under center. So Lang, the quarterback, with Freeman behind him. Wu in motion to the near side. Fake handoff, and running it up the middle is the quarterback, Lang, and he's going to be hit and dropped immediately on the play by Jake Ayler and Anthony Wright.
Yeah, that's our Anthony Wright, a freshman, made a heck of a hit. But Freeman, the fullback back there, just went the wrong way. And Lang was looking at him like, hey, you went the wrong way. Now you hung him out to dry, and obviously Wright was right there to knock him on his tail end.
Talk about a kid that's really got a rising star, and that's Anthony Wright.
Yeah, and that first game we did, he was really, really good. And I talked to Hop over the week about him, and they were lifting. He said they're really, really high on him as a freshman.
Laying under center, and the handoff to Biggins on the end around. He's got it at the 50, into Mount Territory, 45, and skips out of bounds at the 44-yard line. That's a gain of 12 on the play for Biggins. We said he's a wide receiver, but he's also their second leading rusher on the season. And he picks up the first down at the Mount 43-yard line.
Yeah, they just seeing something up in the box that we're seeing, Dave. Our right end is always pinching or slanting to the strong side of the field, wide side of the field, and they just sealed him down, and he was able to get the edge on that jet sweep.
Now Geiger's going to go out to the slot on the right-hand side. Salah Edwards is out wide right. Biggins is wide left. Handoff to Freeman around the right-hand side, just tippy-toeing. Gets it to the 40, continues to tippy-toe inside the 40, down to the 38-yard line.
They got away with one there. That play was over, and Speakman got hit from behind, and not one referee saw that.
That's a gain of 7. That's 10 carries on the afternoon for Freeman. He's got 57 yards rushing.
He's definitely their workhorse, so let's see if they go back to him some more here and use some time and just keep moving the chains.
He ran 26 times last week against Manchester for over 150 yards. Had the game-winning touchdown with 8:50 to go in the ball game. Second down, call it 4 yards to go. Lang under center, handoff to Freeman on the left side. He's going to be hit by Finn. Dives forward inside the 35 to the 34-yard line, and he's got the first down after a gain of 4.
That was a nice tackle by Finn. I'm sure he's given up a little leverage there, but he went down, grabbed him by the ankle, and Freeman just drug him for 3 yards.
Bear, this is a different Defiance team. They are more physical on the offensive side of the ball than I've seen in 4 years.
Yeah, I've only seen them for 2 now, but you're right. They're a lot more physical, and up front, I don't know what they weigh going across the board, but they got some big boys up there.
Over 275 average weight, dropping back Lang. Lang heavy rush, throws over the middle, incomplete.
Ooh, that should have either been picked or we were getting ready to have a nice hit by our safety there. I can't really see what number that is.
Well, that's Noah Durham, and you got to give him a little leeway because he has not seen much action, and with the secondary as decimated as they are here this afternoon.
Oh, yeah, he was there, though. He was ready to lay him out, and I think that's why the wide receiver pulled up. He saw him and just laid off of it.
Abel has moved back to the corner position on the far side. Lee Bennett playing the corner up here on Biggins. Lang fake handoff, and it is almost intercepted by Abel. Grabbed by Wu, and Wu's going to take it in for the score.
That had to go through Abel's hands. He was right there, dove for it, and next thing you know, Wu's in the end zone.
Wu caught that ball after it went right through Abel's hands, and for a 34-yard touchdown pass, and Defiance has tied the ball game up at 14 apiece.
And it'll come down to special teams. They're obviously going to go for 2 again.
Yeah, we said at the top, their extra point kicker is Kevin Matos. Matos, a freshman, and he is 0 for 1 in extra points, so they're going to go for 2. They've got Freeman in the backfield with Lang out of the pistol. Trips to the near side. Dropping back is Lang. Lang now is going to roll out to the left. He's going to set up. He's going to throw into the end zone. Incomplete.
Boy, they missed a hold in the middle.
Biggins was yelling for a hold in the end zone too, but nothing called. 7:19 to go in this first half. Your score from Schuler Field in Cincinnati. The Mount 14, Defiance 14 on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
Life should be enjoyed, so get up and start. At Iron Sharpens Iron Personal Training, they develop a healthy relationship with you and provide a positive, encouraging environment to train. The staff at Iron Sharpens Iron will set up a personal training system that fits you and you alone, and your first session is free. Are you ready to have fun and get in shape? Iron Sharpens Iron serves the greater Cincinnati area. Check them out at isi-pt.com. That's isi-pt.com. Or call them today at 513-748-1538.
Well, this game is really moving along at a breakneck speed. 7:19 to go in the first half of action, Bear. We are all knotted up at 14 apiece, and we're ready to kick this thing off again.
Yeah, we're right back where we started, 40 minutes ago, 50 minutes ago? All knotted up, as you said. Oh, short kick.
Short kick. It'll be taken in by Newton at the 31-yard line, one of the upbacks
Come
to
on
the
this
40.
way. Come on.
Now he
come
cuts
on.
back this way to the 45-yard line, finally upended and brought down at the side judge as he marked at the 49, and he wasn't anywhere near there. He was more to the 47, and that's finally where they're going to spot him.
Boy, you talk about kicking games, Dave. We talked about it 2 weeks ago, and that's really hurting Defiance. They can't get the ball past the 30 on the kickoff, and so the Mount's going to end up with great field position. But if they can keep scoring here, they got to eventually shut them down on L.
Yeah. 7:12 left to go in this first half of action. Beth Gotterwis is our halftime guest coming up here from Schuler Field. And Prophet still in the ballgame, throws it out into the flat, and that is complete to Jake Ayler, and Ayler takes it up to the 47-yard line. Maybe the 48 is where they'll spot him after a yard completion.
Yeah, it was a nice play by Defiance's corner, I think it was, number 23. He came off the block and made a heck of a tackle. Otherwise, he would have had 9 or 10 yards on that catch.
Second down, 9 yards to go. Prophet, 6 of 8 in the ball game for 106 yards passing. Dropping back, Prophet throws out into the left flat, and it is complete to Brock. Gets a block up front across midfield into Defiance territory and knocked out of bounds at the 49. That's a passing completion of about 3 yards.
Yeah,
6:37
just
to
a
go.
nice little bubble screen. I don't know how many yards they gave him on that. He had a nice block out there by number 13. They gave him 4. That's third and short, probably about 5 or 6 yards to go.
And the ball at the 49-yard line in Defiance territory. Mount so far in the ball game, they are 2 of 4 in third down efficiency, and the throw out to the left flat, and it is incomplete right through the hands of Cam York, but it was a low throw by Prophet, incomplete, and it's 4th down. The Lions will punt the football away.
Yeah, he'd like to have that one back because that was right there. It went right through his arms.
Suchomsky has done a nice job here this afternoon. He's put 3 punts this year inside the 20-yard line, and that's what the Lions would like here right now.
Yeah, he's on that far hash, and he's going to aim for that left coffin corner. Let's see what Max can do here.
Low snap, bobbles it, but he got it, gets it away. It's going to hit it about the 25, take a mount bounce inside the 15, and it will roll dead at the 11-yard line. That's going to be a 38-yard punt.
Yeah, he got a nice roll there. I saw Max coming off the field looking at the long snapper like, hey, that ball was down by my feet. It actually skipped to him a little bit, but nice job handling it and getting it off. But did not have it like he always wants it looking pretty, but it got the job done.
So Defiance will take it over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line. 6:32 remaining to go in this first half. I mean, this thing is moving along faster than any game we've been associated with in years.
Yeah, I was out front doing my second duty, and the bus driver from Defiance said he was going away, and I said, well, be back around 6 or 6:30, so
yeah,
hopefully he's back at 6.
Geiger moved in motion. He takes it on the jet sweep, and he's going to be hit at the line and dropped out of bounds.
Yeah, nice play by the defense. They just strung that out, and he had nowhere to go. Should be no gain.
No gain on the play for Geiger.
The Mount's got all 3 timeouts today. Let's see if they can get a stop here and use those to their advantage to go into halftime with the lead.
Yeah, Defiance has only used 1 so far, 6:15 and running in this second quarter. Lions have got Bennett in at cornerback, and now they have brought in Deshaun Starks at the other corner position. Dropping back, Lang is going to hand it off to Freeman off the left tackle across the 13 out to the 14-yard line. So a gain of a couple for Freeman.
Yeah, he just followed the big beef up front, man, and the Mount did a great job gaining leverage. Is smaller than them, and he couldn't go any further and keep those feet chopped.
They go Fannin 275, Moultrie 350, Carson Payton 265, Isaiah Robinson, 310, and Andre Elmore, 240.
Yeah, I'd say that's a tiny line up front.
Yeah.
They do a great job, though. They're getting the seams, and Freeman's done a nice job. I don't know, was he over 60, 65 yards rushing?
Yep, Freeman so far 63 yards. Dropping back, Lang throws over the middle. It is incomplete, knocked into the air, intercepted by Speakman. Speakman at the 20, cuts it to the far side, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. He dives to the pylon, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
Dave, we're going to take that interception. Speakman on the spot right there, but that should have been caught. That ball was in the guy's, I forget what receiver it was, but it was right in his hands. It would have been a first down, but Speakman, as I said, on the spot, picks it and runs it back to about the 2.
Speakman with the interception, his 3rd of the season, and the Lions have got the ball set up at the 2-yard line of Defiance with 5:13 to go in the first half. Profit's going to stay in at quarterback.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see a quarterback sneak here,
Trevor,
just on the first one.
Trevor Tomey with Profit under center, and now Defiance is going to use a timeout, and we will also. 5:13 to go in this first half of action. Your score, it's the Mount 14, Defiance 14 on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
Store. Located in the Harrington Center, the Roar Store is designed to meet the needs of our students, whether it's spiritware, gifts, or snacks. But the Roar Store is more. They offer everything from notebooks to laundry detergent, even brake fluid and tire repair, plus a wide range of food and drink. And it's just a walk away. It's not just a bookstore, it's an everything store. The Roar Store in the Harrington Center on the campus of Mount St. Joseph University.
Speakman with his 3rd interception of the year, returned at 19 yards down to the 2-yard line of Defiance, and after that timeout, 2nd of the first half by Defiance. Profit leads the Lions offense out. He's got Tomey behind him, and the handoff goes off the left-hand side, and that is not Tomey. That is Amarte Rice, and Amarte Rice takes it down to the 1.5, making about the half-yard line.
Yeah, he's going to be inside that 1. That official kept walking towards the goal line, Dave, as he kept walking in towards the spot. Not a bad little push. They had the double tight end to their left, and thought for sure he was going to get it, but now it's 2nd and goal. That ball's almost, the nose of it's almost on the goal line.
Rice out of Kentucky. 2nd down. Rice the handoff. Stumbles and fell down at the 1. Now maybe they'll mark him back to the 2.
Yeah, he just lost his footing. I would have loved to seen Profit pull that one. I know it's hindsight's 20/20, but he saw him stumbling. I probably would have pulled that and just ran a boot.
So it's 3rd down goal. This is usually where you would probably see Evan Krim in the ball game for the Lions, but he's been out since game 1.
Oh, a fumble.
And bad snap from center, but Profit is going to jump on it at the 4-yard line, and that'll bring up 4th down goal to go, and the Lions are just going to go ahead and kick the field goal.
Yeah, they let one slip away there. They were rushing a little bit, a miscommunication. Profit was in the gun. The center thought he was under center, and he snapped it as he was under center, so to speak, and the ball just, they were fortunate to get that back.
So coming in, Kyle Farfsing. Farfsing, this will be his first field goal attempt of the year. They're going to spot it at the 11, so it's a 21-yard attempt. Low snap from center. Farfsing gets it away, and it is good. 3:38 remaining to go in the first half of action. Your score now, it's the Mount 17, Defiance 14 on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
Every day is a great day at the Wishbone Tavern in the Delhi Plaza. The Wishbone Tavern still serves the best wings and burgers in town, but now they offer brunch on Saturday and Sunday starting at 10 a.m. And for your next event, use the Wishbone Tavern's party room, capable of holding up to 60 people. Contact Nicole for a reservation. With a menu full of fresh ingredients, hand-breaded appetizers, and a relaxed family-type atmosphere, your good time will begin when you walk in the door. The Wishbone Tavern in the Delhi Plaza, a proud member of the community, open Monday through Friday at 11, Saturday and Sunday at 10.
Well, Dan, you hate to say something like that could come back to haunt the Lions, but nonetheless, they had it 1st and goal, and then 2nd and goal at basically the football length for a touchdown, and next 2 plays were losses, and they kicked the field goal.
Yeah, I think we got a little hurried up right there, and that kind of hurt us. We thought we'd catch Defiance off guard, but we had 2 miscommunications there, and we had obviously a fullback that was going to run the ball and stumbling. And they're fortunate to come away with 3, and Defiance is happy to only give up 3.
Farfsing will kick it off. It's a low sideline shot that's going to be taken in by Biggins at the 10 to the 15, cuts to the far side to the 20, and it'll be dragged down at the 25-yard line.
Was that number 11? Yeah, number 11 for us.
Andre Pierce.
Yeah,
Andrew Pierce.
I've been watching that young man today. He's on special teams, and he's almost blocked a couple punts. And if he gets another opportunity and the time's right, I think he'll get one. But that's a great tackle from behind by Andre.
Coaching staff very high on Pierce. They said he has really been working hard during this spring practice, and also he's extremely coachable. David Lewis is coming back in, and he's another one that the Lions are very high on defensively.
Yeah, they got him at right end. Dave, let's see what he's going to do. He's got some big boys in front of him. I don't know how big that left tackle is, but he almost looks like he's 6'5", about 260.
Rick Thompson really doing a lot of
Sit down.
Moving on the line. Handoff to Freeman. He breaks past the blitz to the 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 into Mount territory, and he's going to be upended and brought down at the 41-yard line. Wow.
That's just a great run. Once he gets that train going north and south, it's hard to stop him, and guys are diving at his ankles and trying to get him. That's the only way you're going to bring him down, and he did a nice job of that run right there.
35 yards on the run down to the 40-yard line of the Mount. Lions lead it by 3, 17-14. Defiance with one timeout left. Lang under a heavy rush. He's going to roll out to the right. Gets away from the rush. Now cuts it back and runs up the middle across the 40 and down to the 39-yard line. He picked up maybe a yard.
And Dave, your man, did you say it was Lewis, number 52?
Yeah, no, Nishan Bolt. 52, that's Rayshon Newbolt.
For the Mount?
Yes.
He did a heck of a job there. Freeman blocked him, and I have to give one weakness on Freeman is he doesn't hold his blocks on the pass. He followed that from the opposite side and tracked down the quarterback and made that tackle. That's a heck of a play right there.
Second down. Rick Thompson is really doing a lot of rotating on that defensive line, but you've almost got to the way Freeman is running and as big as he is.
Absolutely. You got to keep that front four, fresh, and when you can do that, I think you'll get to this O-line eventually.
Lang drops back, looks over the middle, complete to Geiger at the 25, and he's going to be brought down at the 21-yard line. Looked like Lee Bennett with the tackle for the line. No, that's Troy Speakman, with the tackle.
Yeah, just a nice little slant pass, and he connected. Lang hit him on the stride, and he almost broke that. And nice tackle by Speakman. We got to shut the door right here.
16 yards on the completion. First down for Defiance at the 21-yard line of Mount.
Bad snap fumble.
Bad snap fumble on the play. Freeman's going to pick it up, and he's going to be hit back at the 27-yard line.
That might be the only time I've seen that big man get hit because he was facing east and west, and I don't know who hit him, but, boy, they laid a lick on him.
Looked like.
He's tired.
Yeah. Anthony Wright, I think, was the one that came in and smacked him.
Oh, man, then there was about two other Mount defenders there, but, boy, they smacked him. He's had his hands on his hip. He's tired after that long run, and then that hit. Mount's got to take advantage here.
He lost 7 on that play. Freeman on second down and 17 drops back. Lang looking over the middle. Good protection.
There's a hole.
Now he's going to roll back to the near side, and he's
Hit
going to be hit and brought down on the play by the Mount defense. Noah Hammond with the tackle. Noah Hammond with the tackle.
Great tackle by Noah, man. That's great rush and great coverage downfield. Boy, did they slam the door on him. It's third and long. I don't even think I can count that high.
Ball under a minute to go, and the ball's all the way back to the 40-yard line, Bear.
Yeah, who was in there? Was that Fisher? Or
looked like Fisher, yeah.
Yeah, he was in
Noah
there.
Hammond is the one that came away with a sack.
Fisher was on Lang and almost had him sacked, and then Noah came back in there and made the cleanup.
I just noticed the play clocks aren't on. Draw to Freeman right up the middle to the 35, and he's going to be brought down by Fisher. And also getting a hand in the tackle for the Mount is Alex McQueen. And that should do it for the end of the first half.
Well, if the play clock's not on, and if you're Defiance, I wouldn't let this run out. I'd line up and throw a fade and see if you get pass interference in the end zone.
Well, it's fourth down.
They may use a timeout here and call that.
And let's see what they're going to do is Manny Matsakis is going to come on to the side, and he's just going to let the clock run down, I believe, unless he's going to let it get to about 1 second.
Yeah, he called timeout.
He did call timeout of about 1 second left to go in the half.
I don't know where
It is not over yet. It is not over yet, here in the first half. Smart play by Matsakis to let it go all the way down to the end and then call the timeout and just have one play left in the half.
Yeah, he's definitely got a quarterback in Lang that's got the arm to throw this in the end zone. You might as well take a chance and it's a safe chance. If you go to the side, that's fine, one side or the other, but, everything's in your favor. You either get a touchdown, incomplete, pass interference is all positives for the offense.
Let's see where Rick Thompson, the defensive coordinator for the Lions, draws up here. We talked about the depleted secondary and how they basically made changes on every possession that Defiance has had here today.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of people in there, and I like that. Some of these young players are getting some good quality reps against another opponent, which is awesome. So, let's see what Rick does here. Is he going to bring a little pressure and not lay back and let him throw the ball as far as he can? They're going to have, looks like, trips up top. And they're going to try and throw a fade up there, but you got to be leery down here with number 5 being one-on-one.
They're going 4 down linemen, basically 2 linebackers, and an umbrella coverage on the secondary.
Yeah, I think this will be a loose cover, too, with 2 safeties protecting the middle of the field.
Lang, high snap, brings it down, though, steps up into the pocket. He's going to be hit, and he's not going to get the throwaway. He'll be sacked at the 27-yard line. So that'll do it here in the first half of action from Schuler Field. I'm Dave Mitchell with Dan Benjamin. Your score at the half. Mount St. Joseph 17, Defiance 14. Beth Gotterwitz, our guest at halftime, coming up next on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
State middle and high schools are now requiring service learning hours. The number of high school students who volunteer nearly doubled the number of college students. In 2004, the percent of college students who volunteer peaked at 31.2%. By 2010, that rate dropped to 26.1%. Once students get to college, many feel like they have too many other obligations and not enough time to volunteer. But these students are missing out on an enriching experience. As a volunteer, you will step out of your comfort zone working in teams with people of all ages and different backgrounds. You will have the chance to increase your social and relationship skills. You will be able to apply what you learned in the classroom to the real world. You will acquire skills that will help build your resume and make you a more competitive job applicant. And best of all, volunteering will create a positive change in your community and make you feel good. So try to balance your time and find a few hours where you can volunteer with one of the many amazing organizations in your community. There is a volunteering opportunity out there for everyone and many resources you can use to find what will best fit you.
Social media has exploded over the years. The way we interact, receive news, and comment with everything has changed in this decade, and Twitter is where people usually discover what's happening. This is Dave Mitchell. With over 500 million tweets being sent each day, hundreds of millions of people are exploring links, articles, retweets, trends, and moments to find out what's new. Businesses strengthen their brands, friends promote themselves, and some just want more followers and likes. I just want to hear from you. Before, during, or after, send me your comments about the game to my Twitter, OHBB Co-host. That's OHBBCOHOST. I hope to hear from you soon. That's OHBB Co-host.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Ohio's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We're back at halftime here at Schuler Field between Defiance and Mount St. Joseph. And joining us now here at halftime via tape is Beth Gotterwitz, the head coach of the Mount St. Joseph women's softball team. Beth, thanks for joining us here today. Your team now is 9-5. You're in the middle of at the end of a 5-game winning streak, I guess is the best way to put it. And you've got Wittenberg this afternoon. The game is going on right now as we tape this. But are you happy with where the team is right now, and what do you think you could be improving upon during the rest of the season?
Yes, I believe that I'm very happy where we are right now. If you think about this team, essentially our sophomores are essentially freshmen, even, from a softball standpoint. They only had 16 games played, against
Alma and Case Western and Denison.
Denison, that was their first midweek game that they've ever played. So, they had questions, when do we have to miss class, and do we, to get ready for the games. So, we are essentially still very young, even though we have, 5 seniors on our team. We are, from a softball standpoint and from playing games, we are still a very young team. I mean, you hate to lose one-run ball games to nationally ranked teams like we did down in Alabama, but those are all learning processes, and I am extremely, happy where we are. Would, potentially love to have been 10-2, but where we are and how we continue to grow, I'm very happy with where we are.
What have you learned about this team through the first 14 games?
We still have a lot to work on. We still aren't exactly, playing at the top level that I think we are very capable of doing. So each day is a learning process for them, and also a learning process for Coach Morris and I, just to get to know them a little bit better and what their talents are, especially with our younger players.
Now, I know Chris Morris, who does the games with me, enjoys bringing this up all the time, but you've got 5 seniors on this team. Do you look to them for leadership, or who is the leader on this team right now?
Yes, I think each and every one of them have some sort of leadership qualities that they all possess. Some may be quiet leaders, some may be leaders by example. But we do look, obviously, Sarah Miller has been, a great arm in the circle for us. And then, of course, Aaliyah is our, defensive specialist and also our offensive specialist. So when she goes, we go is essentially how, this season has kind of played out.
Yeah, and she's gotten hot lately.
She has, and we love it, and she's an unbelievable athlete, and her talents are just, there's nothing I can't say that good enough about her talents, because she's a special player.
Beth Gotterwis is our guest here at halftime between Defiance and Mount St. Joseph. Beth, I want to talk to you a little bit about recruiting and what you guys have done. Now, everybody knows about Fincham and Hodge, but you've also got a girl that has come in, Haley Johnson from Oregon. How in the world did you ever recruit somebody in to Ohio from Oregon?
Actually, we saw Haley at a camp that we worked out in Las Vegas, actually. There's a company that is called USA Preps, and then also a company called Triple Crown, and they're both recruiting services. And a couple of years ago, Coach Morris and I thought that we would, try our hand at going out and working one of their camps and see if we could get a prospect from there. And we actually did. Haley was somebody that caught our eye, and so we got her on campus. And actually, we have a kid from California coming in next year. It worked a little bit for us. We're gonna, obviously with COVID, we didn't get a chance to get out there this year. But it's something we're going to do. We wouldn't mind having a couple of those West Coast kids on our team. We don't want a ton of them, but having 3 or 4 would be great.
Do you rely then a lot upon the recruiting services, or do you just like to see the word of mouth and the eyeball effect?
No, we don't actually. These 2 recruiting, they actually run tournaments is what they do. So it's not necessarily a recruiting service. But we do not really use recruiting services. We really rely on more working camps, getting to know kids, being out. We're out every weekend through the summer. And we use basically summer ball to do most of our recruiting.
Okay, now you've got two girls that have come in from locally in Fincham and Hodge, as I brought up a little bit ago. They've really helped solidify a couple of positions that I know you had question marks coming into this season.
Yes, they did. Maya has done a really good job. Unfortunately, had a concussion, so has sidelined her a little bit, over a couple of weeks process. But, I'm sure once she's healthy, she'll be right back in the lineup. And Fincham has done a great job for us at third base. We just need Casey to be able to get the bat going for us, which we know she is very capable of getting a hot bat. So, but from a defensive standpoint, she's done exceptional well for us at third base.
Now, the other day against Denison with Hodge out, you were able to put Lang at second and Bramble out and right, and both of those girls came through for you in the doubleheader big time.
For sure, they did. Allie played a little second base in high school, so that's how we knew that she could go in there and do the job. And she did. She stepped up big time, and so did Casey in right field. So they're all going to have a little bit of a challenge to who's going to beat who out in practices to get on the field for these next few games for us.
Beth, when you look at the way you coach this team, and I want to go back to the Alma doubleheader when you brought in Olivia Berger off the bench as senior to pinch hit in that ball game and really came through with a big base hit. Was it Alma or was it Case? It might have been Case.
I think it was Case.
Okay, Case. But she came through with a big base hit when you were struggling at the plate during that game, and you were able to come back and win it. If you would, go through your thought process as to why you bring in Berger to pinch hit and when you know that it's the right time as a coach for that kind of a player.
Actually, it was just more of a gut kind of feeling. Olivia Berger she hasn't gotten a ton of playing time. She's a senior. She is a huge asset to us. She helps Coach Morris and I in the dugout. She was a former pitcher, and she helps us in the dugout read batters, and we use a scouting report, and she helps us with those. And she works her rear end off every day at practice, and she comes in and wants to hit extra. And, I've just seen how much work she's been putting in the cages and things, and just thought, hey, why not? Let's see what we got. Casey Fincham kind of was struggling a little bit at the plate, so I called on Berger, and she actually got a couple of at-bats early in the season, and her first at-bat she got was in a pinch hit situation, and she didn't take the bat off of her shoulder. So I kind of got on her a little bit, and I said, hey, I put you in there to swing the bat. And that's exactly what she did. She went in there with a plan. She got her pitch, and she made it happen for us. And that was a huge spark.
If I remember right, she jumped right on the first pitch.
She did. She had a plan. She told Coach Morris that she goes, if I get this pitch, I'm going to swing at it. And she got that pitch, and that's exactly what she did.
And a couple of games later, you did the same thing, and she came through again with another base hit.
She did. I after giving her that opportunity, and she took advantage of the opportunity that was given to her. And so I thought, well, what the heck? We might as well, let's go at it again. Let's see what she got. And she did the exact same thing. So, it's great to see a kid that, hasn't had a lot of, playing time come in there. And those are kind of the kids we need. We need those situations. We need those type of players that can step up in, a situation where we need a hit and can do it. So.
Now, we're doing this on Friday. I know you play Wittenberg tomorrow, but you've got DePauw coming up on Sunday, which is the 7th-ranked team in the country. So when you look at DePauw, are you using that as a measuring stick, or how do you look at that? I know you don't want to look ahead, but I've got to ask you this. How do you look at that DePauw doubleheader coming up on Sunday?
It's going to be a definite measure because we have played 4 top 10 teams or top 20 teams in the country. And we beat one of those, and then we also lost to that team, and then we lost to the other one. So I think if we go out there and take one, if not one, if both of them, that will definitely give us a big boost of where we are and give us some definite confidence in where we will go within our conference. Those are going to be, tough games. We played them 2 years ago in Alabama, and we lost 2-1. So we know we can compete with them. It's just what team shows up out there and what bats show up. We got to hit the ball. So.
Beth Gotterwas, thanks for joining us here at halftime. Good luck today. Good luck tomorrow, and we'll see you down the road.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Beth, our guest here at halftime. It is 17-14, the Mount on top of it. Dan and I will be back to take a look at the first half statistics when we return after this.
What do you wish for? A nice life? Nice things? Or do you wish for something more? A sense of purpose? Do you wish to discover a cure? To write code that cracks an unsolvable question? To further our exploration into space? Or to invent something that changes everything right here on Earth? Well, if that's your wish, make yourself ready. Because when you look back, you'll see that you didn't just make wishes. You realized them.
For more than a century, Mount St. Joseph University has prepared nursing leaders who serve their patients with the heart of a lion. Whether entering the nursing field, changing careers, or expanding your professional skills, innovative simulation labs and a variety of clinical sites prepare you to deliver exceptional patient care. With flexible undergraduate and graduate programs taught by highly credentialed faculty, the Mount will help you climb higher. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/nursing.
Dave Mitchell, Dan Benjamin back here at Mount St. Joseph University on the campus and in Cincinnati, Ohio. 17-14, the Mount on top of it by a field goal. And Dan, when you look at what the Lions have done defensively, they've been able to shut down the Defiance passing game, which was one thing that they were concerned about because of the depleted secondary. But they've got to really be able to handle Freeman a little bit better in the second half.
Yeah, they did a nice job, as you said, with the passing game, but Defiance came out and went down the field and scored. We're up 8-0, and that was a lot of Freeman. They had one nice pass, but I think the D-line has done a great job, and Coach Thompson's done a great job rotating them in and out, and you're going to have to do that with the big front line they have up, as I said, up front. But not a bad job by the Mount. They're lucky to be on top by 3 at the half, and if I'm Coach Hop, I'm taking that, and if I'm Caleb, I'm liking what I see out of my offense, except for that little sputter we had with the ball inside the 2. You got to be pretty happy.
As a team, Defiance has rushed for 110 yards compared to the Mount's 24, and they're running for 4 yards a carry, while the Lions are running just for 2.5.
Yeah, I think, I don't know if that stat's pretty true to us. A lot of people will look at stats and say, hey, you would think the Lions were getting beat by that, and 4 yards a rush isn't bad for Defiance, and 2 for us is probably not good, but that tells you we're effective probably throwing the ball there, and I think that was Kyle Prophet who had a couple really good series.
Yeah, when you look at what Freeman has done, he's rushed the ball 15 times for a net of 97 yards in the ball game, and then you've got Geiger who's run it 3 times for 15 yards. Lang at quarterback, just 5 of 11 for 118 yards in the ball game. So like we said, the Lions have really shut down the passing game, but it's the running game that they've got to be worried about in the second half.
Yeah, you got Freeman. He's going to be their workhorse. They're going to hand him the ball as much as they can, but he was getting a little tired there towards the last 3 or 4 minutes of that half, and then when that ball got bobbled and he got trucked by Fisher, I think it was, or Wright, and that you could see that take a little bit of the wind out of his sail, and we'll see how fresh he comes, this half, and not sure what he's done in previous games in the second half, if halftime has helped Freeman or if it's hurt him, so we'll see what happens here with the Defiance Yellow Jackets offense.
Well, for the Lions, they're being led in rushing by Josh Taylor, who has run the ball 3 times for 18 yards. Kyle Prophet, though, passing has been the more effective passer this afternoon. He's 7 of 10, throwing the ball for 109 yards and 1 touchdown. Meanwhile, Taylor, 2 of 5 passing, an interception and a touchdown here this afternoon. Also, Trevor Tomey, just 1 carry this afternoon for 7 yards. Mariano McKenzie, he's got a couple of carries for 4 yards. Austin Brock, 4 catches for the Lions, 86 yards and a touchdown. Chase Samples, 1 catch for 6 yards. That was for a touchdown. Newton, Minor, York, and Ayler each have a catch here this afternoon for the Lions from the two quarterbacks, Profit and Taylor.
Yeah, that's been good. Josh actually had a decent series there, Dave. I mean, 2 for 5. He did a great job, but he's more, as you said 2 weeks ago, he's more of a running quarterback at first, which I think they made the right move putting Profit in, because Profit sat back there and picked him apart. He wasn't looking to throw the deep ball. He did get a shot at the deep ball, as we saw. He floated it. Fortunately, Brock came down with that in the end zone. But I would expect to see Profit a little bit more, because they were able to do the things they did in the air. And he's not a bad running quarterback. I think he can get you 4 or 5 yards at a pop. He's just not Josh Taylor, who's going to break that thing for a 40 or 50-yard run.
Right. Lions are on top of it, 17-14 over Defiance. I'm Dave Mitchell with Dan Benjamin here from Schuler Field on the campus of Mount St. Joseph University. And the second half is coming up next year on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
Do you want to grow as a leader? Mount St. Joseph University offers a flexible master's degree in organizational leadership. Classes meet about one Saturday a month. Climb higher and become the leader you were meant to be. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/MSOL.
Now on the Mount St. Joseph campus, it's the Roar Store. Located in the Harrington Center, the Roar Store is designed to meet the needs of our students, whether it's spiritware, gifts, or snacks. But the Roar Store is more. They offer everything from notebooks to laundry detergent, even brake fluid and tire repair, plus a wide range of food and drink. And it's just a walk away. It's not just a bookstore, it's an everything store. The Roar Store in the Harrington Center on the campus of Mount St. Joseph University. Dan, I've said it a couple of times, I'm going to say it again. This Defiance team is not the same team that we have seen over the last few years. They are more physical, especially offensively, with a line that is averaging about 275 pounds up front per person.
Yeah, Coach, I forget his last name. Matakis, I can't even say that. But he's done a great job of hanging his hat on what he wants the Defiance Yellow Jackets to be defined as a football program. And that's big up front. We're going to run the ball. We're going to try and change field position with you. We're going to keep pounding the ball. We're going to move the chains, and we're going to try and get in the end zone. I think in another year or two, once they get their kicking game down, they could be a dangerous opponent.
Matsakis has been a college coach for a long time. He's coached at Kansas State under Bill Snyder there. He's also coached at Mississippi State under head coach Mike Leach there. He coached at Wyoming, Emporia State. Well, he has had a lot of jobs, and now he has settled in here at Defiance, and he's trying to turn this program around.
I think he will, Dave. You just got to give him another couple, 3 years to see where he's at, and I think he's going to be obviously has been a great addition to the HCAC.
So Defiance will kick it off, and it will be Bolanos that will be kicking it off. Speakman back at his own 20 to return this one. Lions going from right to left, and it's a squib kick that'll be taken in at the 35 by one of the upbacks for the Lions to the 40-45 and brought down across the 45 out to the 48-yard line for Mount St. Joseph. That was Wyatt Rutgerson out of Tennessee, Greenback High School, getting that and running it back out to the 48, and that's where the Lions will start 1st and 10 in their own territory.
Again, great field position from the Mount. You know, they were right about midfield, but that was a great catch by the runner right there. I forget what you said. Rutgerson. He did a nice job getting upfield, and here we go. Let's see if we're going to throw something deep.
Kyle Profit is the quarterback to start the second half. He throws it out into the flat to Newton, completed the 50, into Defiance territory to the 40, cuts back to the middle of the field, and he's going to be brought down at the 37-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 14 on that reception and a first down for the Lions in Defiance territory.
Just what we talked about, Dave. I thought Profit would come out and start. Very safe bubble pass with a great block downfield, and Newton does a great job with the yak yardage.
First down Lions at the 38-yard line of Defiance. Profit, and he has got Tomey behind him. Fake handoff, throws over the middle. He's got a receiver complete. Cam York at the 25 to the 20 and wrestled out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line.
I think that was Newton, Dave. That's just another great route by number 2 and a great throw by Profit. The O-line giving him time. He'll pick this defense apart.
Yep, you were right. That was Joey Newton. My bad. Newton and York are out to the left-hand side. Brock and Samples to the right-hand side. Handoff going to Newton, and Newton is going to take it down inside the 17 to the 16-yard line.
Yeah, nice play by Defiance defense. A little jet sweep. Wasn't really smooth on the exchange, but they strung it out enough, and he only got a 2-yard gain. Well, I'd like to see us throw the ball again here. Profits have time. He'll pick, like I said, pick the defense apart.
Newton and York out to the near side. Brock and Samples to the far side. Moving in motion out of the backfield is Tomey.
Corner.
Prophet's going to look into the corner of the end zone. And he overthrew York. He had him, but it was incomplete.
Yeah, and he's out there dancing and throwing his hands in the air a little bit, and Prophet knew he had him. He was wide open for a touchdown.
How much of that has to do with the fact that he hasn't played much in the last 3 games?
You know, you don't like to start any kind of controversy in that way as a coach, but it does play a little bit of a role. But I think Prophet may have gotten a little excited, and his adrenaline took over, and he just let him just a little bit too much.
Samples out wide right, Brock slot right. Rolling out to the left is Prophet. Throws out into the flat, incomplete. Threw it just a little bit wide of the intended receiver, Cooper Earls.
Yeah, I think, his momentum, his adrenaline's flowing. You can see it in his body language, and right there, he threw that ball a little too early.
We have not called Earls' number very much here this afternoon. That's the first time we've directed it at him. He's got a new number. That's 17.
Paul Miner checking in right down there.
Yeah, and he's going to go clear out. He's going to go wide out left. Trips out to the far side. Tomey to the right of Prophet on 4th down and 8 yards to go, and Lions are going to go for it.
Paul's not sure what he's doing here.
Prophet's going to throw it over the middle, and it is incomplete. Led Brock too far, and it was almost intercepted by Defiance's strong safety back there, Deshaun Davis.
Yeah, I don't think they were ready on the offensive end there. I think they put Paul Miner in it as a wideout, as a decoy, to hopefully that safety over the top would have cheated that side, but they were in cover 2, so they couldn't get anything down the seam.
So the Lions, their drive stalls at the 17-yard line in Defiance territory, and that's where the Yellow Jackets will have it, and they'll start 1st and 10.
Definitely a missed opportunity, Dave. We were driving down the field there, and Kyle got a little excited about some of the openings, so hopefully he'll come back in the next series and connect on those.
We told you Lang was 5 of 11 in the first half for 118 yards, and Freeman's run for 98. And Freeman's going to get the handoff, and he's going to go over 100 right up the middle, breaks a couple of tackles across the 30 out to the 35-yard line.
Boy, the Mount's lucky there. He only got 15 or 16. It was a high snap, and Lang did a great job bringing it down and putting it right back in his breadbasket so Freeman can go north and south.
That's a 19-yard gain for Freeman. He's well over 100 yards on the ground today. 1st and 10 out to the 36-yard line. Dropping back Lang, straight back. He's going to roll out to the left. He's going to throw it up the left-hand side, and it is going to be incomplete.
Boy, what a play by Abel. Even though he did not have an impact on that, it was underthrown. It should have been caught. He turned back and looked for the ball and avoided pass interference.
That was Biggins who dropped the pass. Abel was in coverage, as Dan said.
And you had Noah Hammond, I think it was 97. Freeman, like I said, one of his weaknesses, he doesn't block very long on pass protection. He made contact, Hammond got rid of him, and almost tackled Lang for a loss.
There's only been 4 penalties called in this game. 1 against Defiance, the other 3 against the Lions.
And 2 of those were on one special team play.
2nd down 10 from the 36. Lang, handoff to Freeman, got hit behind the line, and he's going to be brought down behind the line.
Yeah, it's easy to sit in the booth and second-guess coaches. I've been in this world on the football field and softball and basketball, but that was a sprint draw. I don't think you want Freeman running any type of sprint draw, and you need his feet going north and south. He was shuffling east and west, and we had 2 gentlemen in the backfield right there to meet him for a loss.
It's a loss of a yard. Gavin Brennan coming in and making the tackle.
I'm going to go out on a limb right now. Freeman looks a little bit tired.
They're going to go with the full house. 3 running backs stacked up behind each other. Receivers out wide on both sides. Now, moving in motion to the far side is Edwards. And the pitch out coming around the right side, that's Biggins. Flag thrown on the play. Biggins is going to get hit and dropped a yard behind the line of scrimmage.
That's going to be on Defiance, Dave. I think it's illegal formation, a false start when the guy was in motion. He never got set. I think it's an illegal formation. But we'll find out why I'm not refereeing.
Yeah, that was a Biggins, though, as we said, running it around the right-hand side. He lost a yard on the play. You know what's interesting is in this day and age of a lot of communications going on, let's see what the penalty is called here.
Illegal shift. Offense. Not all players came set for 1 second.
Yeah, he wasn't set.
Yep, was not set. So with 12:27 left to go, Matsakis is the offensive coordinator. And if you notice, he does not have the headset on, Dan. He's calling all of these plays. He doesn't even have a sheet in front of him. He's calling all these plays from memory. All he's got is a towel on around his neck.
Yeah, I got to locate him, but I'm sure he's got somebody in the booth up here communicating down there to them. But, his experience, I'm pretty sure he knows what he wants.
So, Bolanos will punt it away. High snap, almost blocked, but Speakman's going to take it in at the 27-yard line, right up the middle to the 40, and he'll be brought down at the 42-yard line. That's going to be a 40-yard punt on the play. There's a flag down all the way back inside the 35-yard line.
I don't know who this holding call is going to be on.
And let's see what the penalty is going to be again. We'll try to get into that again. We talked about it a little bit, Dan, where the Lions, there was one penalty for Defiance, 4 for the Lions, and now this one's going to be against Mount St. Joseph.
During the kick, holding, receiving team, number 57.
So it's holding against the Mount, and that will knock them back inside the, well, they're going to take that down. They started marking it off at the 27, and that would have meant that's exactly where Speakman caught the ball.
Yeah, I don't understand that. That's why I'm not an official, but I would have thought that would have been tacked on after the run.
Well, it's after the spot. It's after the spot of the hold.
Well, they wouldn't do that. Was back here at the line of scrimmage, which as a coach, you're going to be upset when you watch film. There's no reason. You're 30, 40 yards away from the play. Why are you holding all the way back here?
So it's 17-14, Lions on top of it by 3, and Josh Taylor's back into the ballgame at quarterback for the Lions. And Trevor Tomey is to the right of him with receivers out wide on both sides on 1st and 10. Fake handoff, and Taylor's going to get hit behind the line on that run-pass option and be sacked back at the 14-yard line for a loss of 4 on the play.
Yeah, Defiance was just all into that, knowing he was probably going to run the ball, and they brought almost the house.
They have been well prepared for Taylor.
Absolutely, that's one of the things you get into when you have a run-pass option quarterback. If he's not having success throwing the ball, then they can pin their ears back and come at him.
Ball back to the 14-yard line, 2nd down, 14 yards to go. Taylor with Tomey to the left of him, receivers out wide on both sides, and Taylor's going to throw it out into the right flat, and that's complete to Newton. And Newton, check out Brock, and Brock is going to take it out to the 19-yard line. That'll be just a gain of a yard.
He actually picked up about, 3 or 4. He got back what we lost on that first down.
Now they're going to say they're going to spot him right back to the original line of scrimmage. 10:55 and running left to go in this third quarter. It's 3rd down 10 now for the Lions. Tomey to the left of Taylor. Fake handoff, drops straight back. Now he's going to roll out to the right. Look upfield. He's going to keep it himself. He's got the 1st down to the 30, and he's going to be dropped at the 32-yard line. That's a gain of 13 on the play and a 1st down. That's what Taylor brings to the offense.
Oh, absolutely. That's his forte, but unfortunately, that can hurt you at times. Paul Miner came across the field and was wide open 20 yards downfield. He just didn't see him, but nonetheless, he's got that 1st down, which is important for the Lions.
Samples out wide to the left. Brock slot left. Tomey in the backfield. Dropping back is Taylor. Taylor's going to get hit, but spins away from a tackle. Now looks upfield, gets his feet set, throws it deep downfield. He's got a receiver complete. That's Kinholt all alone. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Jake Ayler.
And no flags, Dave. That was just Josh Taylor being creative there. And like I said, you keep your eyes downfield there. Hit a wide open receiver, and that's a great job by Josh Taylor finding him.
Ayler got behind the secondary, and he was the only man inside the 30 and took it home for the score.
Yeah, there was nobody covering. Defiance got antsy when they thought he was being sacked back there, which he should have been, but he did a nice job shaking that off. And boy, you see that one on film, everybody's going to be excited all over again.
Lions lead it now 23-14. First touchdown of the year for Jake. And coming in is Farfsing to attempt the extra point. Good hold. Snap is good. Good hold. Kick is up. Kick is good. 10:08 to go in the third. It's now the Mount 24. Defiance 14 on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
Life should be enjoyed, so get up and start. At Iron Sharpens Iron Personal Training, they develop a healthy relationship with you and provide a positive, encouraging environment to train. The staff at Iron Sharpens Iron will set up a personal training system that fits you and you alone. And your first session is free. Are you ready to have fun and get in shape? Iron Sharpens Iron serves the greater Cincinnati area. Check them out at isi-pt.com. That's isi-pt.com. Or call them today at 513-748-1538.
Well, Dan, it's hard to call Josh Taylor a typical freshman, but that's the kind of plays that this kid is going to make. He's going to look subpar for a few plays, and then all of a sudden, just boom, out of nowhere, here comes the big one.
Yeah, and that's what I was just thinking, Dave. With a guy who has the RPO like he does, Defiance obviously crowded the box a lot more on that series, and then when he broke that sack, he had all the time in the world to make that throw downfield for that touchdown.
69-yard touchdown pass. Farsing will kick it off, and Biggins is going to
kick.
take it in back at his 5-yard line. Now cuts it back to the middle of the field to the 20, to back out to the left-hand side to the 25, and he'll be tripped up and brought down at about the 26-yard line. Nice return of about 20 yards on the play for Biggins.
Yeah, Biggins did a nice job there. He picked that up inside the 5. He's lucky that the ball didn't get out of bounds, because it's right there by that edge. But he did a great job picking it up, making a good decision. Nice return.
1st and 10 for Defiance. They're down now 24-14. They took an early 8-0 lead. Lions came back and made it 8-6. Then the Lions went ahead 14-8. Defiance tied it up at 14, and now the Lions have scored 10 in a row, and they lead at 24-14.
That's interesting. They huddle up over there, Dave, and I don't know how they're allowed to do that because there's 4 extra people in that huddle. And then they come out and they break the huddle and go right to the line of scrimmage.
Not on the field, and the play clocks are back working here in the 3rd quarter, by the way. 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line in Defiance territory. Lions come with the blitz. Lang throws it over, and it is incomplete.
Ooh, they didn't call it.
Abel may have gotten away with a hold there on the intended receiver for Defiance, Anthony Amundsen.
Well, once again, that's why we're in the booth. But I sure looked like he had his left arm around him, and he was swinging over the top with his right to deflect the ball, but no call.
Noah likes to be a little physical.
Yeah, and as a coach, you want that out of your secondary, so you'll live with some of the risk he takes.
2nd down, 10 from the 26. Moving a motion to the far side is Wu. Handoff Freeman right up the middle, and he's going to take it out to the 28-yard line for a gain of a couple. Boy, when he gets his motor running, and he takes it right behind the left guard, Eric Moultrie, at 350, and the center, Tavon Carson Payton, at 265, that's a lot of meat to take down.
Yeah, that's a lot of meat to get around and try to take down somebody who's just, 220, 221, whatever we want to call him. But that's definitely a huge task at hand, but the Mountain did really good there.
Pierce back in the ball game in the secondary for the Lions. Lang
there it is,
dropping
fumble.
Back. He's going to get hit, dropped back to the 24-yard line. A loss of 4 on the play and another sack for the Lions.
That was 44, a defensive end. But I was watching Freeman block up top to his left.
Declan Brophy.
Who was that again?
Declan Brophy.
Okay, Brophy did a great job there, but Freeman, again, you can see he's barely getting off the field up top. He is exhausted. When he goes to pass block, he does not block very well. And Declan did a great job getting around him and almost getting the ball.
8:50 and running left to go in this 3rd quarter. Lions by 10. Into punt it away is Bolanos, and he gets a high shank. That one, it's going to be short. Bounce at the 45. Speakman came up, looked like he was going to grab it, let it bounce into Mount territory, and it'll die at the 47-yard line. That's going to be a 29-yard punt off the shank of the foot of Bolanos.
Yeah, a lot of things could have happened there, Dave. The wideout was blocking downfield there, and he could have got hit with the ball, and that would have been live, but fortunately he got out of the way. But Speakman came up, and you never like to see him do stuff like that as a special teams coach, but he made a smart, experienced player's decision there and got out of the way at the last second.
1st down, 10 for the Lions now, and it's still Josh Taylor at quarterback. Profit played the entire 2nd quarter, started the 3rd, and now Taylor back after throwing a 69-yard touchdown pass to Ayler. Puts Newton in motion to the right. Now Taylor drops back, rolls out to the right. He's going to throw it up the field, and that's going to be over the head and incomplete of Chase Samples.
Oh, boy, I think Josh is going to want that back. And when he sees it in film, he had Newton go in motion behind him for the bubble screen to his right. He looked downfield, and Newton was still wide open on that far side and had plenty of room to run.
2nd down, 10 yards to go.
But even though we didn't complete a pass there, Dave, you had Defiance's defense sitting back on their heels a little bit, so they couldn't just come at him thinking he's running the ball.
York is out wide to the right-hand side. Brock slot right. Dropping back. Taylor's going to keep it on the keeper around the left end to midfield, and he'll dive forward and out of bounds to the 48-yard line of Defiance. That's a gain of about 7, brings up 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, that was just our double tight end off to the left side here, and that was just a design run to the left, and he's just reading it, finding a seam. I'd have liked to see Paul Miner chip and come off of that double team and get to that linebacker a little quicker.
Going to be a little longer than 3rd and 3. It'll be about 3rd and 5 for the Lions. Paul Miner in tight end left. Lining up off the line, dropping back as Taylor throws it out, complete. It'll be to Newton. Newton inside the 40 to the 36-yard line. He's got the first down after a reception of 9 yards on the play.
I don't know if that was a design call, but Defiance went into man-to-man coverage, and Newton and Josh Taylor connected on that, realizing he had one-on-one. It was just a simple stop route.
Boy, Taylor just set up and gunned that thing to Newton. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line of Defiance.
And here's
empty backfield. Taylor throws out into left flat, complete to Paul Miner, spins back into the field, and he'll be wrestled out of bounds at the 31-yard line after a gain of 5.
Yeah, and as I was trying to say there, Dave, sorry to interrupt you, but here's where he can be dangerous. He's completing passes now, so you can't put that extra safety or corner in the box. Now you got to stay back or take the risk and go man-to-man. I think he'll pick you apart if you go man-to-man like they have down here with Newton.
2nd down along 5. Dropping back out of the empty backfield.
He's looking for him.
Is Taylor. He's going to throw the ball, and he runs out to the left sideline and then just unloads it out of bounds. Incomplete. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
He definitely was looking for Newton on that one. It was one-on-one, and Newton could not get off the line of scrimmage and get upfield. But nice play by Josh to get rid of that and, save a loss of yards there.
Taylor, 6 of 11 passing so far in the ball game, an interception, 2 touchdowns. Got 121 yards passing so far on the day. Of course, 69 came on that touchdown to Ayler in the last possession. 3rd down, a long 5 for the Mount. Newton in motion to the far side. Dropping back Taylor, he's going to run it right up the middle. He's got the first down inside the 25, struggles and gets down to the 23-yard line.
That's a nice design. Quarterback trap is what that is. If you were watching, and we'll see it on film, I think it was our tight end 87, came down and trapped the first line of scrimmage guy for Defiance, and what a run by Taylor.
Nice blocking up front by that offensive line, though. Just outstanding. You said the tight end coming down and pulling the trap. 1st down and 10 at the 23. Dropping back as Taylor looks to the left. He's got a receiver. That's Newton, and it's incomplete.
He might have hurt his shoulder there. I hope not. Get up.
Yeah, but the defender who was out there for Defiance came down hard also on the play. That's Vashon Palmer. Vashon Palmer, a sophomore, 6'2", 155 pounds, had good coverage on Newton, and they both came down hard.
Yeah, Newton's getting a lot of one-on-one coverage with Deshaun over there, so let's see what they do. Nice bump.
Throw out the flat, complete to Brock. Brock to the 20, to the 15, to the far side, inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line. He's close to a first down, Dan.
Yeah, they should give it to him. As we said, they shouldn't be measuring these things because they haven't done it all day. And they marked him short.
They've got him short. They're going to stay at the 14-yard line, so it's 3rd down and a short yard to go for the Lions. They'll go hurry up to the line of scrimmage. Taylor's going to call the play himself. He's going to keep it off left tackle.
Get in there.
He's got the easy first down to the 10. Cuts to the far side. Touchdown, Lions!
We got a flag. This might be holding on the wide receiver.
Cam York was the one out there, and the flag is thrown in his direction. And I think you're right, Dan. I think you're going to call a hold on Cam.
That was a great run by Josh, a great read.
Yep.
That's going to take us back. But what a run by Josh Taylor. Definitely got the edge, and then once he saw he could bounce it out further, did a nice job to get in the end zone. Just unfortunately, we get a holding on our wideout right there.
6:12 remaining to go in the 3rd quarter. Still 24-14 Lions. That's going to mark it back to the 20-yard line. So it'll bring up 3rd down and call it 6 yards to go for a first down for the Lions.
Boy, their man coverage right here. They're bringing it. So if he can get rid of this ball, he might have a
Boy, the middle of the field, Dan, is wide open.
Yep.
Dropping back is Taylor. He's going to throw it to Brock. He's wide open in the end zone. He's got it for the incomplete. Brock could not come down with it. And that was excellent coverage out there on the right-hand side by Jaquay Janvier.
I know who was our wideout? Was that Brock?
Brock.
Oh, boy, he's going to watch the film and just wish he could have that back because that was a well-thrown ball by Josh Taylor.
So Farfsing will come in to attempt the field goal. He's kicked one in this ball game. That one was from 31 yards out, or 21 yards out, excuse me. This one will be from the 26, so it'll be a 36-yard attempt where they'll mark it down. Farfsing on the near hash mark, low snap, but they get it down. He gets it kicked up, and it is good. 6:03 to go in this third quarter of play. The Mount now has opened up a 13-point lead. It's the Mount 27, Defiance 14 on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
Where are you headed? Where would you like to go? New heights, right? That's why you're going to college in the first place. At Mount St. Joseph University, we integrate academic excellence, real-world experience, and individual attention so that you can go further than you ever thought possible. In fact, over 96% of our graduates over the past 3 years were employed or pursuing graduate studies within 6 months of graduation. Are you ready to climb higher? Begin your ascent at msj.edu.
Every day is a great day at the Wishbone Tavern in the Delhi Plaza. The Wishbone Tavern still serves the best wings and burgers in town, but now they offer brunch on Saturday and Sunday starting at 10 a.m. And for your next event, use the Wishbone Tavern's party room, capable of holding up to 60 people. Contact Nicole for a reservation. With a menu full of fresh ingredients, hand-breaded appetizers, and a relaxed family-type atmosphere, your good time will begin when you walk in the door. The Wishbone Tavern in the Delhi Plaza, a proud member of the community, open Monday through Friday at 11, Saturday and Sunday at 10. Lions lead at 27-14. Farfsing will kick it off from right to left. Back set to return is Geiger, and it'll be taken in by one of the upbacks on a short kick, and that is Gershon Moody. And Moody is going to cut it across the 25 out to the 30, 35-40, and it'll be brought down at about the 43-yard line by Alex Bird, coming in from Batavia High School.
Boy, that's a heck of a catch and run by Moody. He doesn't catch that ball. It's probably scooting inside the 5, and it might just land there. You don't know how that would affect that return, but he made a great catch and a return after he caught that ball by Moody.
So it's 1st and 10 for Defiance at their own 43-yard line, down by 13, 5:55 remaining in the third quarter. This third quarter has gone comparatively slow to what the first half went. Freeman gets the handoff up the middle, and he is going to be knocked down after about a yard gain on the play, and another flag is down.
Yeah, that came from the line judge. It looks like he's going to be holding, but boy, he whipped that thing about 15 yards.
And it will be a hold against Defiance, so that will knock them back 10 yards.
He must have been a quarterback in his day because he let that thing rip.
I thought about wearing the white shorts today because it was so gorgeous out, Dan.
I thought about that today, too, when I put on my white jacket. I said I may not want to wear that. And I wondered if Dave was going to wear his white shorts.
And I thought, well, if there's barbecue sauce around, that's kind of a magnet for it. So it's like my older son Greg said last week. He said, there cannot be a broadcast where you don't talk about the barbecue sauce in the white shorts.
That's right.
So the obligatory white shorts comment has been made. Dropping back is Lang. Lang's going to throw over the middle, and
that's going to be
off
picked.
the helmet of one of the defensive backs high into the air, and the ball is going to fall incomplete.
Oh, my. That will definitely be one that everybody's going to see again on film.
I think that was Noah Durham. It was either Durham or Lee Bennett who got that ball. I think it might have been Bennett because Bennett's shaking his head walking away from it, but that hit him right in the helmet, and that thing probably went 20 yards in the air.
Yeah, and nobody came down with that, but everybody was flying to the ball on both sides, so I don't know how that ball hit the ground.
Boy, that was a scrum trying to grab that thing, and nobody could come down with it. So it's 2nd down and 20 yards to go for Defiance from their own 33. Dropping back Lang, looking to his left now, throws it out, and it is complete to Biggums, and Biggums has it at about the 38-yard line. That's a gain of 5, and it'll bring up 3rd down 15.
Yeah, that's a great coverage right there. It was 2nd and long. We set back in cover 2, only rushed 4. They gave up the 5 yards, so now here we are, 3rd and 15? They'll be willing to do that. He's still got Freeman in the backfield, and you know he's probably not going to run the ball. And I don't know why he'll keep him in here as a blocking back, because every time I've watched, he's not blocked very well. And we've usually gotten to the quarterback, so we'll see what happens here.
And he hasn't caught many passes this year either.
Yeah, I would have to say probably not.
Dropping back, Lang. Lang's going to throw it up the right-hand side. He has got Geiger, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by Bennett at the 40 to the 50. And he's going to be cut down at the 47-yard line. Check that. That's Durham. Noah Durham with his first interception.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier too, Dave. Number 11, I know he's playing in the secondary, but I can't remember his name. He's a lot of special teamer. He was on the coverage and actually tipped the ball to, who was it, Durham?
Durham.
He tipped the ball to Durham, and Durham picks it off and has a nice 20 or 30-yard run back.
Bennett knocked it up in the air. Durham came down with it. His first interception. Boy, Durham, outstanding job, 5'8", out of Maryville, Tennessee.
Is he a freshman or?
Freshman.
Wow, that's a great play by that young man.
Absolutely. Taylor back in the ball game at quarterback. He's got the empty backfield. They've gone away from the running backs here in this third quarter. Taylor dropping back. He's going to step up, roll out to the right, heavy rush. He's going to throw it up the left side, and it is complete to Samples, and he's going to be run out of bounds at the 27-yard line.
Well, there's a DIY for Taylor. Do it yourself, young man. He gets out of that, and he threw a pass downfield for, how much was that, 25-yard gain to Samples? Just a great job. He stepped up in the pocket and had to scramble. Again, a great job by Josh Taylor.
1st and 10 from the Defiance 27-yard line. Boy, Taylor was under some heavy pressure too. Tight end left for the Lions. Moving out is Taylor. Taylor's going to throw the fade into the left corner of the end zone, and it is complete. Caught on the play by Newton, but he ran right into the official, and the official couldn't make the call, so they went to the line judge, and he said he was out of bounds.
Yeah, that was a good call. I was watching it all the way. He had, again, Defiance feels that they can cover Newton one-on-one, but he seems to somehow get behind them, and that ball just was faded out of bounds at the last yard or two, but nice catch by Newton.
2nd down and 10 yards to go. Hayden Bell is the tight end, and he's lining up basically at a wing formation, and Paul Miner is at the other tight end right beside him on the line. Moving in motion to the far side is Newton. Empty backfield. Taylor's going to keep it behind that two tight end set, and no blocking. He's going to be hit at the 31-yard line and dropped for about a 3-4 yard loss.
Yeah, that's a designated run for Josh Taylor, but Paul missed his block, unfortunately, and we 4 or 5 yard loss. But you know, I was just thinking right before that, with that double tight end set like that, sometimes they're going to have to come out of that and throw a pass to one of those tight ends out of that formation.
McKenzie's back into the ball game at running back. Taylor on 3rd down, call it 14 yards to go. 3.5 remaining in the third. Mount leads at 27-14. Receivers out wide on both sides. Brock slot right. Samples is wide right now.
Yeah, we got to see if we can get about 8 or 9 yards here, and we can go for it.
Okay, fake handoff. Taylor rolls out. He's got a heavy rush. Steps up into the pocket. Now cuts out to the left. He's going to be hit and dropped all the way back to the 37-yard line. That'll be a loss of 6.
Yeah, they weren't going to give him an opportunity to get outside the pocket. They squeezed the ends and pinched him in there, so he had to run up the middle, but no running room. So now that takes us out of even thinking about kicking a field goal.
So you bring in Suchomsky to punt the football away from the 37-yard line.
And we're hoping he gets a 36-yard punt.
That's exactly what he would need. We said Suchomsky came in averaging 46 yards a punt, has 4 inside the 20 so far this year, and that's where he wants to go, and that's a high kick, and it's going to go into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20. 2:34 left to go in this third quarter. Your score, the Mount 27, Defiance 14 on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
There are over 360,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports. The NCAA reminds us to ask ourselves, what will we do? Over the last 100 years, the NCAA has helped millions of student athletes find their power outside the field, court, and rink. NCAA, celebrating 100 years of student athlete.
Back here at Schuler Field, I'm Dave Mitchell with Dan Bear Benjamin. 2:34 remaining in the third. Mount leads at 27-14 here in this third quarter of play. Lang is under center. Now he's going to drop back, throw it out into the left flat, and it is incomplete. Tried to go to Wu, and Wu could not come down with it. So it'll bring up 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Defiance at their own 20-yard line. Our next broadcast game will be coming up next Saturday, and that will be Bluffton coming to town. That one should be an interesting one, even though The Beavers lost this afternoon to Franklin, 26-21. Dropping back Lang. Lang throws over the middle, tipped at the line of scrimmage and knocked down.
Noah Hammond.
Hammond got his big hands up in the air and knocked it down.
Thank God that wasn't barbecue sauce blowing in the booth here, Dave.
Dan's too deep just flew right up against my arm, and what a heck of a catch.
That was.
With the elbow. 3rd down, 10 yards to go on the incompletion.
You can see Defiance has gotten away from their game plan, mostly because they're down, and the Mount's done a great job shutting down the run.
Lang drops straight back. He's going to throw it up the right side. He's got the receiver out there.
Is that Edwards?
That's Edwards again, and he couldn't come down with it.
Yeah, that was good coverage. The ball was underthrown.
Was that Pierce? 11?
11 was over the top, and I think it was 28.
Okay.
28 covering, the corner was covering. But another nice job by the Mount, and you can see just watching the Defiance offense, they've taken Freeman and kept him in there to block, but they're letting him pick up all the garbage, so he's not trying to block the ends anymore.
You know, Pierce has done a nice job for his first appearance as a DB in a college game.
Yeah, he has.
Defiance will punt it away. It's a high punt. Speakman's going to take it in his own territory at the 44-yard line. Now cuts it back to the near side. He's got some blockers. 50-40, 45-30, 25-20, 15-10, 5. Touchdown, Troy Speakman.
What a run by Speakman. Just before he caught that ball, my thoughts were this, Dave. That is Pac-Man Jones back there. He is not going to fair catch the ball today. He just caught that thing, got the left edge, and got a nice block, and he was gone.
56 yards on the touchdown run by Speakman. And the Lions have opened up a 33-14 lead with 2:06 remaining to go in this 3rd quarter.
That's a great play and decision by the senior defensive secondary special teams player, Speakman.
Farsing will kick the extra point, and it is good, and we'll just keep it right here.
Yeah, you can see the wind is out of the sails of Defiance a little bit. You saw it. You and I kind of, I think, sensed it about 6-7 minutes ago when that touchdown pass that Josh Taylor threw 60-some yards, I believe, when he scrambled and broke the tackle in the backfield. And you can just see Defiance deflated a little bit right now.
Yeah, it was a 69-yard touchdown pass. Josh Taylor, right now, Dan, if you look down on the sideline, he's getting his right leg stretched out. Looks like he may have been having a cramp.
Yeah, they're definitely stretching his hammies. You know, he's had a great second half, but, you know, I still give the decision that the Hop and Caleb made to put Profit out there for that first series. I like that because Profit ended up opening up that defense with his first touchdown. And I think that has helped Josh Taylor. And then obviously Josh Taylor connecting on that touchdown of 69 yards, as you said, really has opened it up because Defiance does not know how to handle the offense right now.
Lions came in with an 8-game winning streak over Defiance. Last time Defiance had beaten the Lions was back in 2012. And with 2:06 remaining, Lions looking to extend that to 9 games here in the 3rd quarter. They're up 34-14. Farsing will kick it away. Geiger back set to return. High end over end kick that Geiger will take in at his 7. He'll go behind a couple of blockers to the 15 to the 20, cuts it right back up the middle to the 30, hit hard across the 35. Nice return out to the 40-yard line.
That's a great hit. Was that number 11?
Yeah, it sounded like it.
It was. That's a great hit by him.
Pierce.
We've called Pierce's name quite a bit today, and him, and then I saw Finn trailing from behind and getting in on the tackle, so nice job right there by those 2 young men.
Coaches wanted to get Pierce some playing time because they said he's so coachable and he has worked so hard in practice that they put him at DB this week just to get a look at him there and see since they were depleted.
They may like him there because he's done a heck of a job.
He has. Freeman right behind Lang, the quarterback, on 1st and 10 from their own 36-yard line. Freeman's going to run it right up the middle, and he gets hit at the line and going to be dropped right at the line of scrimmage, the 36-yard line.
Yeah, you can see they try to get him going north and south, and even though they got the big beef up front right now, this second half is worn on the big beef. They're not really firing off the ball anymore, which now is, as you know, the quicker man to get under their shoulder pads and be able to make the decision to go right or left.
Newbold came up with the tackle, brings up 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Lang's going to drop back, look to his left. Now Rolls out of the pocket. He's going to throw it up the right side. He's got a receiver. That's Wu, and it is going to be incomplete.
Boy, did he underthrow Wu.
Yep, Lee Bennett came back and almost intercepted it, but they didn't have their heads turned towards the ball, Dan, and that was a big problem.
Yeah, Wu got behind him. I wasn't watching that route he ran, but I was watching Freeman try to block in the backfield. He was trying to block our defensive end, number 46 there.
And that's Hayden McMullen.
Yeah, and Hayden, he engaged with him a little bit, but Hayden got around him and chased Lang out of the pocket and almost got him from behind.
So it's 3rd down, 10 yards to go for Defiance. 1:22 left in the third. Boy, you can tell Freeman is just out of gas.
Yeah.
Even the way he sets up in the backfield. 3rd down, 10. Lang drops straight back. Looks upfield. He's got a receiver incomplete. Tried to go to Geiger. Well covered by Noah Abel.
Yeah, Abel did a great job there. He had to get rid of the ball really quick there, Lang did, because the mount came right up the middle. And again, Defiance has made the adjustment by allowing Freeman to pick up all that garbage that gets through the front line. He did a nice job blocking there that time.
You know, it's interesting. We've talked so much.
We got an injured Lion there. I don't know who that is. He's hobbling off.
That is 57.
We called
Davy Lewis.
Yeah, we called Lewis's name a few times.
Yep. Lewis being helped off the field, and he gets off in time, and Defiance will put the football away under a heavy rush.
Great
Getting
punt.
it off is Bolanos, and Speakman will take it in at his 20, gets a couple of blocks, cuts to the near side to the 30, and he'll skip the sideline and bounce out of bounds at about the 35-yard line.
Nice return by Speakman again.
Flag down near the line of scrimmage. You know, Dan, we've talked about the size of this offensive line for Defiance and how physical they are, and I think it's almost coming back to haunt them here in this third quarter because they're so out of gas.
Yeah, you can see it. They definitely don't have that energy they had on the first drive. I remember on the first drive they pretty much went down the field on us. But no doubt that you got to give credit to the Mountain defense and Rick Thompson and what they've done today. They've maintained that front four. They've rushed a lot of people in and out of there, and they've been very, very solid of making sure Freeman doesn't really break one. I think he's had one long one for, 25 or 30?
Yep.
And other than that, he hasn't done much.
This has got to be on the Mount because they're looking over at Manny Matsakis and saying, what is it that you want to do on this penalty?
Yeah, they're declining it because it won't give them a first down.
And the penalty is illegal. Interesting. It's an illegal formation against the Mount. They had somebody over the top of the center.
So I never heard that one called before, but obviously it's not enough yardage to give Defiance a first down, so they declined it.
It is a rule.
Yeah.
They're trying to get away from clubbing the center as soon as he snaps the football.
Oh, believe me, I know that as an ex-special teams coach. That was always tough to have a tough, hard-nosed long snapper because people would come right up the middle anytime they got a chance.
Give you a couple scores after this play here in the Heartland Conference. Taylor is back into the ball game. And also in at running back is Amari Rice. Dropping back is Taylor. Taylor throws it out, and it is complete to Hayden Bell up to the 48-yard line, 13 yards on the reception. And, boy, if the Lions can get the tight end into the offense.
Yeah, that's what I was saying the last series, and it's almost like they heard us. You know, they had a double tight left, and they did exactly what I was hoping they would do is have one run a corner route and one run a flat, and they did.
1st and 10 for the Lions up to their own 48. We're under a minute and running left to go in the third quarter. Fake handoff.
Same
Taylor
thing.
Going to throw it up the right side. He's got Austin Brock. If he can catch up to it and just couldn't get caught up to that football, incomplete.
That's a great throw by Josh Taylor. Yeah, that ball had to be, 30, 40, 50 yards in the air and
50
still going.
yards, yeah.
Yeah, and he outthrew him, and I think he'll want that one back. But same thing, play action. The tight ends on bottom of our screen down here went to the left, and he looked right. He had one-on-one coverage and just couldn't connect.
Rose Hallman fell to Hanover this afternoon, 27-24, and we told you Bluffton lost to Franklin, 26-21, so Bluffton will come in next week off a loss. Handoff up the middle to Amadi Rice, and Rice is going to take it to midfield on 2nd and 10. And sometime the whistles have got to blow, and they're going to mark him at the 49 in Defiance territory. So a gain of about 3. It'll bring up 3rd down, 7 yards to go.
Yeah, not much there for Mr. Rice, but I think, as this quarter comes to an end here, nice quarter by the Mount. I like seeing Prophet do what he did and what Josh Taylor did, and you got to be excited if you're the Mount.
I think the Lions, they're just going to let the clock run out here at the end of the third quarter. They might as well. 5 seconds, and that'll do it here at the end of the third as Taylor looks back to the scoreboard. So at the end of 3 periods of play from Schuler Field on a Saturday evening, as it's turned out to be, your score is the Mount 34, Defiance 14, as we head to the fourth on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
Now on the Mount St. Joseph campus, it's the Roar Store. Located in the Harrington Center, the Roar Store is designed to meet the needs of our students, like when you need a textbook. Students can order books exclusively online that they can pick up at the Roar Store through our new eCampus site. eCampus includes 2 different shipping options: free online shipping to Textbook Delivery Hub located in the Roar Store, or delivered to your off-campus residence. It's not just a bookstore, it's an everything store. The Roar Store in the Harrington Center on the campus of Mount St. Joseph University.
Dayton Children's cares about the health of your children. Hi, I'm Kirk Herbstreit. Growing up in Centerville, my parents taught me the importance of being healthy, and now I'm teaching my kids. Childhood obesity is on the rise, but there are small steps that we can take to fight it. Turn off video games and go outside, ride bikes, go to the park, or learn a new dance. Parents, once we get moving, our kids will follow. Get moving!
Dayton Children's, experts you trust, caring for the children you love.
Well, back here at Schuler Field as we open up the fourth quarter of play, Lions lead it 34-14 over the Defiance Yellow Jackets. I'm Dave Mitchell with Dan Benjamin. It'll bring up third down for the Lions and about 7 yards to go for a first down. Taylor drops back. Now he's going to cut it right up the middle. He's got open territory across the 40, and he's down inside the 40 to the 37-yard line. That's a gain of 12 and another first down for the Lions. And now we've got whistles being blown on the field. Let's see.
Got a flag right around the M there.
And let's see. It looks like it's going to be against the Mount as they are backpedaling. And when you look at the holding against, I believe, the center for the Lions, that offensive line has done an excellent job here today.
Yeah, they've done a really nice job. Taylor made a nice cut on that one, but you're right. The O-line up front is getting it done, giving him just enough time to read and giving him enough time to run. So 3rd and long here. Let's see what the Mount can do to get us back in this 3rd and long situation.
Sam Martin, Andrew Weeks, Danny Mabe, Denvin Samyers, and Colin Kandra got the start today at right tackle. His brother Spencer was a 4-year starter here at the Mount. Throw out into the flat, complete to Samples at midfield into Defiance territory. They're going to stop him at the 44. That's going to be a gain of 14, but it'll be shy of the first down by a couple. And let's see what the Lions will do here on 4th and 2.
I think they're going to go double tights here and then let Taylor make a decision. A run-pass option, as we said, that's his type of quarterback. No, they just bring Paul Miner in at tight end.
Yep, they did, and they've got Rice in the backfield. Receivers out wide on both sides on 4th and 2 from the Defiance 44 on 4th down. Taylor's going to keep it off right tackle. He's got the first down to the 40, cuts the sideline, and he's going to be run out of bounds at the 34-yard line after a gain of 8.
Great run. You know, earlier I got on Paul Miner because he didn't make his block, and this time he made a heck of a block to allow Taylor to get that edge and get outside. I don't think Defiance's defense recognized that Paul was covered up and not eligible, and they probably would have brought somebody else down the box.
A couple of NCAA scores. Loyola of Chicago, their season ends. They lost today to Oregon State 65-58. And Villanova at halftime is over Baylor 30-23. Taylor's going to throw it out into the flat, complete to Newton at the 30, 25. He's going to be run out of bounds near the 22-yard line, and that will be a gain of about 8 on the play and another first down for the Lions.
Just a nice, smooth play by Josh Taylor there. He faked the run. He looked up. Newton did a bubble route and hit him right in stride.
Taylor now 10 of 19 passing. He's really warmed up for 178 yards. And fake handoff. He's going to throw it into the right, complete on the bubble screen to Austin Brock to the 20, and he'll be brought down near the 15-yard line.
That's a nice job. Good read again. I think it was Newton that actually made the block to allow him to catch the bubble pass, but that's a well-rounded receiver in Newton right there.
7 yards, make it 6 yards on the reception, 2nd and 4. Defiance bringing in wholesale substitutions now in their secondary.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to get guys in, Dave.
12:50 to go in the ball game. Lions lead at 34-14. Rice to the right of Taylor. Taylor looked left, now looks right. He's going to be hit behind the line and be brought down on the play. Got hit behind the line by the outside linebacker.
Yeah.
And that was Elijah Fleming.
Yeah, I think, number 34. Fleming did a great job, but they were definitely not going to let him run the ball there. They brought him off the left edge of the defense there, and Josh didn't have time to even think about getting rid of the ball.
Fleming's from Huber Heights, up in Dayton.
Yeah, good football program.
Yep, 12:15 left and running to go in the ball game. Rice behind the quarterback Taylor, fake handoff. Taylor rolls out to the left, now looks back to his left. He's going to roll out to the right now, to the 20, to the 15, cuts it upfield to the 10, to the 5. He's inside the 5. He's got the first down to the 4-yard line after a gain of 15.
Boy, Devin Sailors, 65, our right guard, 6'2", young man, was downfield and ready to lay somebody out, and he got a piece of the DB, and then Josh Taylor saw that and ran right up and got us inside the 5 there.
First and goal for the Lions. Taylor, the quarterback, with Rice to his right. Receivers out wide on both sides. Ball in the near hash mark from the 4. Taylor's going to throw it into the end zone. It is incomplete. Boy, nice defensive play for Defiance by Carlins Elizas.
Josh Taylor's walking back towards the line of scrimmage with his hands on his hips. I know that young man's thinking, boy, did I get away with one there. That should have been picked. He forced it. They had a little rub route there with a slant and a out, and he was very fortunate that ball was dropped.
Samples was double covered, and boy, Elizas came in and made a nice play. 11:37 remaining. It is second down goal to go for the Mount from the 4-yard line. Moving in motion is Newton to the far side. Taylor looks over the middle. Can't find anyone. Now he's got Newton wide open in the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Lions.
Just a great play by Josh. His decision-making was to act like he was running. He drew the DB in. Newton kept running around. All he had to do was throw a nice little floater over the top for an easy touchdown.
So Taylor with his third touchdown pass of the afternoon. 11:32 left to go in this ball game, and the Lions have opened up a 40-14 lead. Farsing will come in to attempt the extra point. Good snap, good hold, kick is up. Kind of a bloop kick, but it goes through the uprights, and it is good. 11:32 remaining to go in this ball game, and your score from Schuler Field, it's the Mount 41, Defiance 14 on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
Life should be enjoyed, so get up and start. At Iron Sharpens Iron Personal Training, they develop a healthy relationship with you and provide a positive, encouraging environment to train. The staff at Iron Sharpens Iron will set up a personal training system that fits you and you alone, and your first session is free. Are you ready to have fun and get in shape? Iron Sharpens Iron serves the greater Cincinnati area. Check them out at isi-pt.com. That's isi-pt.com. Or call them today at 513-748-1538.
Well, the Lions up 41-14 now, Dan. And we've talked during some of the breaks. Wyatt Ruckerson is the Lions holder, and he's had an outstanding afternoon today.
Yeah, he's done a nice job being a holder here. And Farsing, I'm sure, has told him he's done a great job. They've had 2 or 3 really low snaps. It's very difficult to put that ball down and get that timing off for Farsing, but he's done a great job.
So Farsing will kick it off from left to right, high end over end kick. And Geiger's going to come in and take it at about the 14-yard line, cut it back to the middle of the field to the 20, 25. Cuts it outside but can't get away from Trevor Tomey at the 28-yard line.
Was that Tomey, our running back?
Yep.
That's a great tackle by him in the open field. He does that too many more times. He might be moved to linebacker or defensive end.
So Defiance will start first and 10 from their own 27-yard line.
Yeah, we got to see what they're going to do, Dave. I want to let you know on a side note, I snuck over and got a Gatorade, and there's definitely chicken and barbecue sauce in the other room if you need some.
Glad I wore dark pants. Now they're going to spot him right at the 28-yard line. And the quarterback is still laying, and he's going to hand it off up the middle to the replacement running back, and that is number 1, Devin Hewitt. Hewitt from New Jersey, Lawrence High School out of Trenton, New Jersey, a 5'9", 200-pound senior. And he takes it out for 3 yards up to the 32-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Yeah, nice little run by him there, Dave.
Hewitt to the right of Lang. Lang's going to throw it up the left side, and it is incomplete.
That's holding on the
And
defense.
there comes the flag from deep behind the play. The line judge and the side judge did come in and call it also.
I don't know who the DB was. I can't see his number. I'm sure he's getting some playing time today, especially right now. But, yeah, he definitely held him. He pulls on the top of his jersey there at the last second so the guy couldn't get to the ball. That's number 29, I think.
Yeah, I thought that's who it was in coverage, and that's Zach Schmidt.
Yeah.
Schmidt's one of the guys that's a wide receiver that they've put in the secondary here for this game because of the injuries that they've sustained.
Yeah, he's getting a chance here. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, just at the last second, he grabbed the sleeve of the wide out there, and both officials saw it, as you said. The line judge and the back judge saw it.
In the girls softball game going on at Kinder Morgan. Right now in the bottom of the 7th, Wittenberg in game 2 has a 9-4 lead over the Mount. Mount had a 6-game winning streak coming into that one. They won the first game. And they'll be heading to play nationally ranked DePauw tomorrow afternoon over in Indiana. They're 7th ranked in the country.
Yeah, that'll be a good game. Beth and Dee Dee have done a great job with that softball program, and I was fortunate enough to coach under Beth for a couple years, and I think she said, "You ain't good enough, you got to go." And I just laughed. No, I was fortunate enough to get the women's basketball job. It was just too tough to do both, but Dee Dee is a great assistant for her, and she's done a nice job, and Beth has obviously done a nice job over the years, and good luck to them tomorrow at DePaul.
Lang is going to be under center, and he's going to hand it off to a new running back in for Defiance, who will take it out to midfield after a couple-of-yard gain, and that is Brandon Hayes. He's from Bellefontaine High School, a freshman.
He's probably half the size of the two running backs we saw already, isn't he?
Yeah.
So
Freeman could have him for lunch.
That was a nice tackle by Fisher right there.
He's a scat back there. Hayes Jr. dropping back Lang on 2nd and 6, throw over the middle, complete to Geiger. Geiger at the 40 of Mount territory. He's got the first down, and he'll be brought down at the 34-yard line. That's a gain of 16 and a first down for Defiance.
A nice ball, nice catch, but, you know, might be the only time I'm going to talk bad about Speakman. He tried to take him down with just the shoulder, and you're not going to do that when a guy's running. So, you know, he got some extra yardage there.
You know, Lang, we haven't said this at all this afternoon. I want to bring it up after this play. Handoff up the middle goes to Hewitt. Hewitt breaks into the clear at the 25-20, 15-10. He's going to skip into the end zone for the score. 34-yard touchdown run by Devin Hewitt Jr.
Yeah, that's a nice run by Hewitt there, and a good play. But you got, you know, the Mount. I'm not saying this is a negative for Defiance, but the Mount has put some subs in there at the front line and in the secondary just to give them some opportunity.
10:03 to go in this ball game, and it's now 41-20. Lions lead it by 21, and Defiance will be going for 2. Haven't said anything about this with Lang, but he comes from St. Henry High School, which is up near Northwest Ohio, and they constantly have a good football program. So he comes from a good high school, and I think he's going to be a pretty decent quarterback for Defiance.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a good one for them. They just got to figure out, you know, are they going to have the scat back like they got in there now, or are they going to try and keep going with somebody like Freeman?
And going for 2, Defiance. Lang looks into the end zone. He's got a receiver in the back end of the end zone, and it is complete to Geiger for the 2-point conversion. 10:03 to go in the ball game, and your score from Schuler Field. It's the Mount 41, Defiance 22 on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
For more than a century, Mount St. Joseph University has prepared nursing leaders who serve their patients with the heart of a lion. Whether entering the nursing field, changing careers, or expanding your professional skills, innovative simulation labs and a variety of clinical sites prepare you to deliver exceptional patient care. With flexible undergraduate and graduate programs taught by highly credentialed faculty, the Mount will help you climb higher. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/nursing.
Every day is a great day at the Wishbone Tavern in the Delhi Plaza. The Wishbone Tavern still serves the best wings and burgers in town, but now they offer brunch on Saturday and Sunday starting at 10 a.m. And for your next event, use the Wishbone Tavern's party room, capable of holding up to 60 people. Contact Nicole for a reservation. With a menu full of fresh ingredients, hand-breaded appetizers, and a relaxed family-type atmosphere, Your good time will begin when you walk in the door. The Wishbone Tavern in the Delhi Plaza, a proud member of the community, open Monday through Friday at 11, Saturday and Sunday at 10. 41-22, 10:03 to go in this ball game. Lions lead it, and it's going to be an onside kick by Defiance, and the Lions are going to cover the football at the 45-yard line, and covering it up right away on a nice play, Jared Walpole out of Cleves.
And what is he, a freshman, sophomore? We're not sure. We don't have him on the roster, to be honest with you. He was in the secondary on that last series, and that two-point conversion, if he'd have turned his head around a little bit quicker, he had a chance to knock that ball down. But again, getting some opportunity to play and see what it's like to be at the collegiate level.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Lions at the Defiance 45-yard line. Dropping back, Taylor still in the ball game. He's going to throw it out in the left-hand side. Incomplete, right through the hands of Cooper Earls.
I'm thinking Earls wants that back. He was making a move to get away from the linebacker who was coming out to the flat and just missed an opportunity.
Andrew Pierce is coming into the ball game at wide receiver. He's going both ways today and playing special teams.
Oh, boy, let's see if we can get him a touchdown.
He deserves it the way he's played this afternoon.
Yeah, he's had one heck of a game.
Under 10 minutes to go. It's 41-22. Lions with the lead. Dropping back is Taylor. Throws out to the left side, and it is complete.
Ooh.
And almost skipping away from the tackle and running it in is Wyatt Rutgerson. It is completed to 25 and a first down after a 20-yard reception.
The sideline's going crazy for the Mountain. If Ruck could have kept his feet in bounds, he was gone for the touchdown. But he's got Newton on that side, so they were worried about Newton catching the ball, and they forgot all about him.
Taylor, handoff up the middle, and that's going to Trevor Tomey, and Tomey's going to take it down to the 21-yard line for a gain of 4.
Yeah, you can see Defiance is starting to sub some people in on the front line now, and Mounts is going to have an opportunity to do what they want here because of the experience I believe they have up front.
Dan, this is going to drive me nuts the rest of the day.
What's that?
The Ohio State radio color announcer is from St. Henry, and I can't think of his name now. Dropping back is Taylor. Taylor's going to throw it over the middle, and it is incomplete. I don't know if he was going for Rutgerson or Samples, but either one, he overthrew both of them.
Yes, he did. That one sailed away on him, and he'd like to have that back. He even had Newton open 5 yards behind or underneath them, so he could have picked whoever he wanted to throw it to, but unfortunately, the ball sailed on him.
Jim Lachey.
Lachey,
he was, matter of fact, the first state tournament I did in Columbus, St. Henry was down there.
Okay.
This was 1979. I was the youngest broadcaster. We're going to just keep it right here.
All right.
8:58 left to go. The Lions have taken a timeout. They lead at 41-22. Yeah, just to date me a little bit, I was the youngest announcer ever to do an Ohio State tournament game, and I was working for a radio station in Bryan, Ohio. And Jim Lachey was the starting center for St. Henry, and St. Henry went on to win it. And Lachey went on to be a offensive lineman for Ohio State, and then moved on to play for the Washington, at that time, Redskins.
Yes.
And funny story about Jim Lachey, he's the first guy that introduced the mullet. Yep.
Clearly, I missed that one.
Jim, it was going to drive me crazy, Bear, if I didn't remember that name, and it was Jim Lachey.
We're going to have to reach out to Jim and find out if he has ever in his commentating career had a barbecue sauce experience.
Yeah. I don't know if Paul Keels would. Of course, he's got other guys that could do the halftime show for him. 8:55 after the timeout by the Lions. Taylor drops back. Now he's going to run it out to the right-hand side. Takes it inside the 20 to the 15, and he's going to be drugged down from behind at the 12-yard line. That'll be a 9-yard gain for Taylor and a first down.
Oh.
And Defiance's defensive end, Mavon Nabs, he's a freshman. His helmet came off. This will be the first time I get a chance to say this year, Dan. These kids spend thousands and thousands of dollars to get a collegiate education. and the NCAA doesn't think they can put their helmet back on in the span it takes to have another player run.
Well, hopefully I'll have to go talk to Melanie, our AD, and see if I can't teach that class.
13-yard line. Taylor drops back, throws out to the right-hand side, incomplete to Bell.
Should have been picked by number 30 from Defiance there. He was right on the spot and just couldn't secure it in there.
Marcel Maxwell.
Yeah, I'm right with you, Dave. I don't understand why they got to run off the field to put their helmet on. Just let them put it on. I mean, for goodness sakes, it's not going to take that long.
Yeah. 8:22 remaining. 41-22, Mount on top of it. Taylor with Tomey behind him. He's got trips out to the far side. Hand off to Tomey up the middle. He'll be hit behind the line and dropped at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, we didn't do any blocking up front on that one.
No.
But I'm not sure we got our regular O-line unit in there, do we?
No.
Or we got a couple subs, it looks like. But, you know, those young men are going to have to step up and definitely missed a blocking opportunity there because he was hitting the backfield.
So a loss of 3 on the play brings up 3rd down and about 13 yards to go. They can still pick up a first down without scoring a TD down inside the 3. Taylor audibilizing at the line of scrimmage. We talked to him about that in the pregame show. He'll drop back, roll out to his right, looks upfield, gets a good block, and now he's going to throw it out of the end of the end zone, incomplete.
Yeah, good decision by him. You know, no sense in taking a hit or taking a loss. You know, you still got an opportunity on 4th down here to try and kick a field goal, which it looks like what the Mount will choose to do, and get some points.
Now they'll bring in Farfsing. He's kicked one from 21, another one from 36. This will be from 32. 7:40 to go in the ball game. Farfsing with Rutgerson, the holder, on the near hash mark, and Rutgerson has done an outstanding job today. That's a good snap.
Kicked it
is
left,
and it will be no good, wide left.
I didn't want to jinx him, but I watched him take his steps, and that's exactly where I thought the ball was going to go because the way he lined up on that field goal attempt. So
now we'll just leave it right here after our Lachey and barbecue stories. You know, I want to say, you talked about Beth and Dee Dee Morris, the girls softball coaches. Dee Dee's husband, Chris, has been doing the commentary with me during the girls softball broadcast, and he's doing an outstanding job. I just wanted to thank him. I've been lucky doing the games around here, getting people to help me out that do an outstanding job. You, Chris Morris, Chuck Murray for baseball games. Just, it's been fun working this.
It's definitely fun from my side. I can tell you that. I enjoy doing this. You know, otherwise I'd just be sitting somewhere watching a game, announcing it to myself. And not a lot of people like to hear that, but it's been a pleasure. I enjoy doing this, Dave.
Manny Matsakis is going to take a timeout. Since he's going to do that, we will also. 7:40 left to go in this ball game. Your score, the Mount 41, Defiance 22 on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
When I needed to renew my teaching license, Mount St. Joseph University offered the only program in Ohio that allowed me to combine 2 education endorsements to earn a graduate degree fully online. The Mount helped me climb higher. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/Ohio.
Stay up to date with all your sports information on UltimateSportsTalk.com. Mount St. Joseph University and Roger Bacon High School sports. Talk about the Cincinnati Reds and Cleveland Indians on the Ohio Baseball Weekly Show every Monday night at 9 during the baseball season. Minute-by-minute scores, opinion articles, stories from the pros, college, and high school levels, including the WWE, MMA, and UFC. Increase your workout level and tickets to any sporting event, all in one spot. Check out UltimateSportsTalk.com every day for your sports fix.
Well, after that timeout for Defiance, they have got 2 timeouts left, and the throw over the middle, incomplete. Lang trying to throw it upfield, trying to get it into the intended receiver's hands. That was Biggins, and he couldn't come up with it, so it brings up 2nd down 10 from the 20. Well, the Lions gone off to a slow start here this afternoon, but they have picked it up and picked up the ferocity from the second quarter on. Handoff going right up the middle, and Lions defensive line proving to be strong there as Defiance picks up just about a yard on the play.
Looks like he's down still, Dave. We can't see the number on that running back, but he's definitely still down.
Yeah, I was trying to see the number, and that is...
Is it 28?
Yeah, looks like Deshaun Davis.
He's grabbing his right knee. Let's hope that's not a serious injury.
Yep, he is down as the trainers will come out. Well, next week is going to be an interesting ball game, Bears. Bluffton is going to come to town. They have managed to put up a lot of points this season, although they fell this afternoon. Now they're 3-2 overall. They're 2-2 in the conference coming in. Lyons will be 2-1 heading in, but I'll tell you one thing. The secondary today for the Mount, they were worried about next week against Bluffton because they do like to throw the ball. They're putting up a lot of points, but the way the secondary has played today, I think they've got some promise.
Yeah, they definitely did a nice job today, and they've gotten obviously some good rotations in there today to get some people opportunity to find out, who's the next best to go in there. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see what we do next week against Bluffton, as that young man for Defiance is walking on his own off the field, which is good to see.
Yep.
But, yeah, Bluffton loves to put the ball in the air. It's going to be a challenge of can we guard them down the field? Can we get a rush on him? What we can do defensively. We looked pretty good defensively here today with the exception of the first series. Other than that, I really liked what Rick Thompson and his defense has done.
We brought up, and we'll bring it up after this play with Lang, the quarterback, and the man right behind him in the backfield.
Is that our scat back again, number 32?
Scat back, and that pitch is thrown out and complete to the 30-yard line, complete to Jelani Hall out of Atlanta, Georgia. So they've gone as far as Georgia, too. They've got a little Georgia pipeline going.
Yeah.
Deshaun Davis in, and Davis is going to cut it right up the middle to midfield. He's got the first down, and he's going to be brought down. Check that. That is not Davis. That is Brandon Hayes, and Hayes took it all the way out to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, that's a nice run by Hayes, man. He hit that thing, and he had a nice 25-yard gain there. He could have almost broke that, but Speakman made a nice tackle.
So it's 1st and 10, 43-yard line. Pitch is thrown over to the left-hand side, and it is complete on the play. And now the Lions have a man down. Catch was made by Cage Hayes, who's out of Eden, Ohio. Well, the Lions.
Oh, bad snap.
High snap, and the running back actually came in and jumped on it. Hayes, he almost took it right out of the hands of the quarterback, and he was dropped at the 34-yard line for.
Looks like a no gain, but
no
that
gain.
Ball definitely was behind the line of scrimmage. But,
yeah.
He did a nice job even securing the ball, but I think he sees on film would probably be better off letting that quarterback have it.
3rd down and a yard at the 34-yard line. Dropping back is Lang. He's going to be hit, and he's going to be dropped at the 41-yard line.
Just a great job by the Mount. They had well covered downfield. Defiance had 4 receivers out there, and 2 of them were single covered, and then 2 of them were in the same area, which made it easy to cover. So they did not. Somebody messed up a route there.
4th sack of the day for the Lions, and that hits their average of 4 sacks a game. 5.5 remaining. It's 4th down, 8 yards to go. Lang's going to throw it out into the right flat, and it is complete, but he's going to be short. That is Bigham's at the 35-yard line, and Defiance will turn it over on downs.
Yeah, great job by the defense. Here we go with 5:23 left. We're bringing Profit in. I love watching young men succeed, and this guy, he's going to be successful. I watched him run on that field, Dave, like, hey, this is the first series all over again,
yeah.
And that's great to have in a backup quarterback.
And Pierce is back into the ball game. He's going to go out wide to the left-hand side. Boy, the Lions are just going complete substitutions here.
Yeah, I like that. You're up 41-22, and like we said, 5:23 to go. You got to get some of these kids playing experience, and I think Hop's making the right decision.
Amarty Rice is in the backfield with Profit. And Profit, low snap. He'll keep it himself off the fake handoff around the left-hand side, and he'll be run out of bounds near the yard marker. And he'll be just shy of the 35-yard line. They're going to put him right at the 35.
Yeah, and you can see Profit had no choice but to tuck that and run, but nice job handling the snap, but he just doesn't have the speed that Josh has, and that's what makes him 2 special kind of quarterbacks.
Nate Martz was in at fullback that time, and he just came out of the ball game. 2nd down, they're going to give him a half-yard gain. Pierce is in motion to the slot, dropping back is Profit. Profit's going to throw it upfield, and it is complete to midfield.
And boy, that's what his specialty is. You talk about Josh Taylor being a RPO, guys. That's a great throw by Profit.
Ayler with the catch at midfield. It's a 14-yard gain and a 1st down for the Lions. 4:43 left to go in the ball game. Lions lead it by 19.
Yeah, you can see Prophet, man. He's comfortable in the pocket. He's comfortable looking downfield. He's got a strong arm, too.
So it's 1st and 10. Ball resting right at midfield.
Should have been a false start.
And now there is a false start thrown by the head linesman, and that'll be a false start against the Lions. So that'll knock them back 5 yards. Well, this has been a good performance by the Lions, but this has also been a performance, Bear, where you can look at the game films and have a lot of improvements that can be made.
Well, you know, as a coach, I have to 100% agree with you. No matter whether you win or lose, there's always game film that's going to teach you something different.
1st and 15. Prophet's going to throw it out on the right side over the head of Pearson, complete.
Yeah, he just threw that one right over the head of him.
Pierce was looking at the DB who was covering him at the time for Defiance, Carlin's Elias, and he's saying to the referee, he held me. Now, all of a sudden, Pierce, who's playing DB most of the ball game, he's complaining about the other DBs.
He's never held on the defensive side, Dave.
Oh, 2nd down, 15 yards to go from the 45. And moving in motion is Rice. Prophet drops back. He's going to look up the right side. He's got a receiver complete at the 40-yard line, and that is Devin Bradley.
Yeah, 25, Devin Bradley was running the corner route, and that's a great read by Prophet.
You know, it's amazing how deep the Lions are at wide receiver.
Yeah, it's nice. Obviously deep enough they can move a few of them over on the defensive side. So,
and that's what the coaches said yesterday when I was talking to them, that they're so deep they can move these guys around, you know, because they're going to have a hard time getting into any rotation at that position. Prophet on 1st and 10. He's going to throw a fade up the left-hand side to Pierce. And Pierce, he caught the ball, and they're going to say he was out of bounds.
Boy, that ball floated only because pressure was right on top of Prophet. He's lucky to get rid of that.
Yeah.
Pierce almost made a great catch out there.
I don't know. It looked like he was grabbed also on the play.
I'm sure he'll tell the ref that.
Yeah. 2nd down, 10 yards to go from the 39 of Defiance. 3:41 remaining to go in the ball game, and the Lions are still throwing the football.
That's not rubbing it in, Dave. I was thinking about that as a coach. That's just running your offense.
That's what their offense is. Dropping back is Prophet. Looks over the middle. He's going to throw it up the right side, and it is incomplete to Ayler. Tried to make a diving catch and couldn't come down with it.
Boy, that was a great ball by Prophet. As you said, Ayler could not come down with it. That was a BB, and I thought for sure Ayler was going to catch that and get in the end zone.
So it will bring up 3rd down 10. Clock stops with 3:37 remaining. Pierce is out wide to the right. Ayler slot right. Bradley wide right for the Lions. Rice has gone over in the slot on the left-hand side, moving out of the running back position. Now moving in motion is Bradley. Prophet's going to throw it out to the right side to Pierce, and it is incomplete.
That's miscommunication. Pierce was not even breaking on the ball to make a catch, and Prophet, I'm sure we'll talk with him. He threw that ball super quick, hoping he would run an 8-yard out and catch it and turn upfield, but nonetheless, we're going to have to punt here, and the clock stops at 3:34. And not a bad drive, just a lot of miscommunication, and that usually will happen when you got newer personnel on the field.
Rutgerson is back into the ball game. He'll be one of the gunners. Suchomsky is back, set to punt this football away, and he gets a nice high coffin corner kick that will hit at about the 10. It'll be taken in by Geiger, and Geiger grabbed it at about the 10, 15-yard line and then got spun out of bounds at the 20.
By your man Pierce.
Yep.
He did a nice job. He's fortunate that he caught up to him because that was a great return by the Defiance return man there. He caught it on the bounce and got upfield. He could have broke one.
Well, as fast as the first half was, Bear, in this game, the second half has moved at a snail's pace.
Yes, we jinxed ourselves, didn't we?
So the ball is at the 20-yard line in Defiance territory, and the Yellow Jackets will take it over. And they will keep the quarterback in this afternoon, and that is Dalen Lang. Cole Recker was their starter a year ago, but he's their backup now. and he has not seen any action, and that handoff is right up the middle, going to Hayes, and he is going to be spun down after a 3-yard loss.
Yeah, and that's one of our backups. He seems to be hurt. That's Hayes, I think, is hurt. But
Yep.
That was one of our backup D linemen, number 91.
He came in and got the tackle. That's Bradley Buller out of Elder High School.
Tough GCL guy, as we like to say. But
I was talking with Hop yesterday, as we always do on Fridays, and had a chance to discuss it with him. But the recruiting that Hop and his staff have done to replenish this Mount team every year has just been outstanding, and they go all over.
Yeah.
When I walked into his office yesterday, he was looking at a high school athlete on his phone.
Yeah, they do a nice job. Those guys do an excellent job of recruiting. It's one of the largest sports to recruit for, so it's nice to do that. And you got an opportunity to recruit kids to play offense, defense, and special teams, so it gives kids opportunities who may not be a great O-lineman or a great wide receiver or a great quarterback or running back, but it gives you opportunities to develop young men, and that's why that makes playing this sport a little bit special. But Hop and his crew do a great job. They get out and they get after it. And as you said off the air to me, Bear, why don't you get out and recruit in Las Vegas and California? And I haven't done that yet, Dave. You're right. And maybe one day here soon I will be out there recruiting those type of kids, but I have not had a whole lot of luck. I've had a kid from Georgia, one from Tennessee, and neither one of them worked out. We recruit all over as much as we can, but sometimes it's just difficult to get out and see these kids that are further away.
When you go to Vegas, let me know. I'll go along.
I sure will.
I'll help you do that. Lang drops back, looks out to the far side, and it is complete on the play to the receiver out at the 16-yard line, and that's Daniel Boudoir. Boudoir from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. While we've got an opportunity, I got to say hello to Caleb Carrill's grandmother.
Okay.
She is one of our most avid listeners, and I hope she's listening now as I say hello to her. She has an outstanding time listening to us, Bears. So hello to Caleb's grandmother.
That's awesome.
Dropping back. He's going to throw it up the middle. He's got a receiver, and it is incomplete over the head of Michael Martin, and it falls to the ground. And that'll bring up 4th down and about 4 yards to go for Defiance.
That was a pretty good pass by Lang. He was scrambling to his left as he is a right-handed thrower, and he let that ball go downfield about 40 yards in the air, and that shows you the strength of that kid's arm, and that's probably why he won the starting position this year, and I think they can build on him, and we'll see what they do coming back next year to play the Mount. I think we'll be up there. I'm not sure what the schedule is because it's been crazy this year.
And Lang's going to throw it, and it is complete to Martin on the slant end, and he's got it across the 35 to the 37-yard line, and that's a 1st down for Defiance. There are certain high schools, Bear, that you can look at, and now the officials are going to take a timeout as the chains looks like they got a little kink in the chains, but nonetheless.
I think they're testing them for COVID now. The chain might have it. Yeah, Dave, I'm sorry, but I don't know what's going on over there.
Well, when you look at certain high schools around the state, Bear, you just know that there are football players that come from those high schools. And St. Henry's one of them. Coldwater's another. Norwayne up in central Ohio is another. You look at schools around the state, you know they're going to have good football players.
Absolutely.
Lang, handoff up the middle to Hayes, and Hayes is going to take it across the 40 out to the 45-yard line. He popped back into the lineup after leaving with an injury. Check that. That was not Hayes.
That was
I'm
number
sorry.
38.
Yeah, that's 38, Justin Caballero.
Boy, he hit that hole fast.
He played linebacker early in the ball game. Now he's back in at running back. 7 yards, and he's going to get the handoff, and he's going to take it across and up to the 47-yard line. That's a gain of about a yard.
Yeah,
Boy, just on the first 2 carries by Caballero, it seems like you could rotate him back and forth with Freeman and have a good
combination.
Yeah.
He got hit right there, almost at the line of scrimmage by 55. I'm sure he's one of our backups,
but he hits the hole well.
Yes, he does.
Quickly. 3rd down, 2 yards to go from the 46, and Caballero again takes it right up the middle, and he's got the 1st down after a gain of 3.
Yeah, he did a nice job. He saw the defense getting ready to hit him. He lowered his shoulders as he got the handoff and got 3 yards.
And as a linebacker, he's used to hitting. You almost could bring him in on 3rd down situations to be a blocking back or something. I'm
Yeah.
not trying to tell Matsakas how to coach his team. Blitzed by the Lions, and Lang is going to be hit as he throws, and it is incomplete, trying to get it up the right sideline to Daniel Boudoir again.
Yeah, he got blindsided by number 35, I think it is. The linebacker for the Mount came off the edge, and boy, did he take a shot there. He's lucky he's still back up on his feet, ready to finish the game. But
Charlie Carson came in and hit him.
That's good to see some of these young men get an opportunity to get on the field, Dave.
Minute 8 left to go in the ball game. Boy, this has been just a gorgeous day here today.
Yes, absolutely.
41-22, Mount with the lead, handoff up the middle. Defiance takes it down to the 47-yard line in Mount St. Joseph territory. Carry was made by Deshaun Davis. He's out of Oklahoma. Well, you look at the states that Defiance has recruited out of: Oklahoma, Florida, Texas. You got somebody from Hawaii here, Colorado.
Oh, boy, I got to work on that with Mel. I got to get to Hawaii to recruit.
There you go. Handoff goes to Davis. Davis takes it near the 45-yard line, a gain of a couple. We're under a minute to go, 30 seconds to go, and Defiance hustling up to the line of scrimmage to run the final play of the ball game. 41-22, Mount on top of it.
You know, after this broadcast, I'm going to find Mel and see if I can't spend a whole month in Hawaii recruiting, Dave.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll enjoy that. Letting you go there, and she gets to stick around here. 4th down 4, handoff up the middle, and it's going to be a 1st down for Defiance. Taking it up is Davis. He's got a gain of 5 and a 1st down. Clock stops on the 1st down, but Lang is going to walk off towards the side of the field, and that pretty much is going to do it as the referees roll the clock, but the clock isn't running. Now it is, and that is your ball game. Your final score here this afternoon from Schuler Field. The Mount goes to 2-1 on the year with a 41-22 win over Defiance. I'm Dave Mitchell with Dan Benjamin. We'll come back and wrap things up from Schuler Field right after this timeout.
Changing lives is what great teachers do. And as I saw more students struggling to read, I looked to Mount St. Joseph University for help. The Mount is a national leader in reading science with highly effective research-based methods. Their faculty equipped me to teach students with a range of learning differences, and I was able to make an immediate impact in the classroom. The Mount's fully online reading science program helped me climb higher in my career, but more importantly, is improving the lives of my students. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/read.
Every day is a great day at the Wishbone Tavern in the Delhi Plaza. The Wishbone Tavern still serves the best wings and burgers in town, but now they offer brunch on Saturday and Sunday starting at 10 a.m. And for your next event, use the Wishbone Tavern's party room, capable of holding up to 60 people. Contact Nicole for a reservation. With a menu full of fresh ingredients, hand-breaded appetizers, and a relaxed family-type atmosphere, your good time will begin when you walk in the door. The Wishbone Tavern in the Delhi Plaza, a proud member of the community, open Monday through Friday at 11, Saturday and Sunday at 10.
Life should be enjoyed, so get up and start. At Iron Sharpens Iron Personal Training, they develop a healthy relationship with you and provide a positive, encouraging environment to train. The staff at Iron Sharpens Iron will set up a personal training system that fits you and you alone, and your first session is free. Are you ready to have fun and get in shape? Iron Sharpens Iron serves the greater Cincinnati area. Check them out at isi-pt.com. That's isi-pt.com. Or call them today at 513-748-1538.
Dan, nice win today by the Lions, 41-22. They battled adversity with their secondary and just getting off to a slow start, but they were able to turn it on in the last 3 quarters and win this one going away.
Yeah, they did a great job. Other than the first drive that Defiance went down the field, the defense looked really solid, and it was good to see that they had backups in the secondary and some people playing that have not played that position yet. And they had success, and you know, it didn't hurt that Defiance was going to run the ball a lot with Freeman, and that played right into their hands. But very, very impressed with the guys they had back there in the secondary. But as you said, next week when the Bluffton Beavers come to town, they're going to throw the ball over the field, and we're going to find out what that secondary can do again.
It's going to be interesting when I go talk to Hop, because Kyle Profit made a statement here today that he could play football.
Absolutely. Yeah, you know, what do? You don't really want to take him out of that backup role and put him somewhere else where he could get hurt. But then, you know, as a coach, you're thinking, am I wasting his talent sitting behind Josh Taylor. So I don't know. That's something his staff and him will have to answer, and they'll do a great job with it. But I love Kyle. He does a great job of being patient. You can see he's a full team player.
Yep.
When he gets his shot, you would have never known he was sitting on the sideline, and that's what I like about a player like him.
Well, today, Jake, I knew I was going to do that sometime this year. Josh Taylor, he in the ball game, 14 of 28 passing for 220 yards. He threw 3 touchdown passes and 1 interception. Profit as a quarterback, 11 of 21 for 175 yards and 1 touchdown pass in the afternoon. Taylor led the Lions in rushing with 14 carries, 72 yards. Trevor Tomey, 3 carries and 8 yards. Austin Brock caught 7 passes for 106 yards and a touchdown. Newton, 6 passes he caught for a touchdown and 89 yards. Jake Ayler, 3 catches, 84 yards and a touchdown. And Chase Samples, 3 catches for 41 yards and a touchdown. Paul Miner caught 2 passes. Rutgerson, Bradley, Bell, and Cam York each caught a pass in the ball game. For Defiance, Lang was 12 of 29 passing for 183 yards. He had a touchdown and an interception. Running the football, Freeman, before he ran out of gas, 20 carries, 118 yards, almost 6 yards a carry. And Hewitt, he had 4 carries in the afternoon for 34 yards here today. Geiger led them in receiving with 3 catches, 59 yards. And Wu had 1 catch today, and that was for a touchdown. Final score, 41-22, the Mount over Defiance. We'll be back to wrap things up from Schuler Field after this final timeout.
Changing lives is what great teachers do. Mount St. Joseph University's Reading Science program that uses highly effective research-based methods improved my students' lives and helped me climb higher in my career. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/read.
Back here at Schuler Field, Dave Mitchell along with Dan Benjamin. And Bear, any final thoughts on this afternoon's ball game?
Well, first of all, great job today. Thanks for having me again. It's beautiful weather out here at Schuler Field, and what a great game. You got to be impressed with Hop, and his staff got to be excited about what the future looks. And nice job by Josh Taylor and Kyle Profit running the offense. Great job by the defense. As always, Fisher and Finn, those linebackers anchored down that defense. And Speakman, you can see his leadership on the field in the secondary. And Abel does a great job back there. But I think Speakman did a nice job, especially today, in special teams. And you got to give that young man credit for some of the decisions he made. I think he had a punt return for a touchdown. And he will not let that ball hit the turf, man, and I love it. I called him Pac-Man Jones earlier, and sometimes you got to have a kid like that to make a difference.
Absolutely. So Defiance moves to 1-3 on the year. They've lost 2 in a row. The Lions have won 2 in a row now. They are 2-1 on the season, and they will host Bluffton next Saturday. That game will start at 1:30. We'll be on the air with the pregame show at 1 o'clock, and Dan, you'll be joining me then, unless you got double duty, and we'll see you during the game then.
I don't know what kind of duty I'm going to have. I think that's Easter weekend. So I don't know what I'm going to have. I might be having triple duty, but I'd love to get back on the air with you, and hopefully I'll see you next Saturday.
Is it Easter weekend next weekend?
Well, Good Friday is the 2nd of April, right?
Oh, my gosh. You're right. Boy, oh, boy.
Well, maybe we'll have some Easter eggs for food over there with barbecue sauce, and we'll see.
Bear, thanks a lot.
Thanks,
good having
Dave.
you here this afternoon. Your final score here today, the Mount 41, Defiance 22. Our thanks to Melanie Wagner, the athletic director, for helping us out here today, along with Blake Watson and his entire crew, Dr. James Williams for giving us permission to broadcast these games, to all of our sponsors, to our listeners, and most of all to you, as I said, for listening. For Dan Benjamin, I'm Dave Mitchell. Once again, your final score here today from Schuler Field. It was the Mount 41, Defiance 22. Until next time, have a good night, everybody. You've been listening to an Ultimate Sports Talk presentation of Mount St. Joseph University football. Today's game has been brought to you by the Mount St. Joseph University. Iron sharpens iron in Cincinnati. Call 513-748-1530.